Welcome back from the lunch break. Council, we may continue, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I hope the witness is available. Welcome back, Mr. Jallow.
Welcome back. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, Mr. Jallow. We want to remind you that you are on the oath. I am happy that you brought your Quran.
I still have it, sir.
Thank you very much. Let's just recap a few points.
Yes, sir.
I hope that I am being heard clearly for the audience, those listening. I wouldn't know the response, but the members of the legal team would follow and let us know.
Let's
recap what we have done so far. And Mr. Jallow, help us to come to a conclusion, just like we did before the break.
Mr. Jallow,
yes, sir.
You have accepted that Jammeh ordered the assassination of Usman Silla and the junglers attempted to kill him.
With due respect, sir, I said that it's Jammeh's words against somebody's words. So Jammeh never tell me give orders for the executive lawyer Usman Silla.
Yes.
Yo bitun ni moflo la kumulu yo leo fo ya itandi ko bitun ko lata wala nyama bari mofla la kumombe.
And for Almamo Mane, your position is he was killed legitimately in action.
Andung Almamo Mane la ko ya fa ko to me alon ko mangole me alon ko akite da maltema.
So, point of rectifications. In the military, we say rules of engagement. So, if Almamo withdraw a weapon and then these people are armed, whatever happened there, rules of engagement come in. So, Almamo unfortunately happened to die in the due process of rules of engagement.
Barbitun silang Almamo la ko sojaro la sartol yafanya ma akafoko rules of engagement. Ning ko tata ke hanufo benta kenening kene Almamo fana ye kidole bondi. Woto wo kidi bondo ning ayatra nimmenu benta o nya ya bungo kono woto mo safo no afata kelole kono me ya lonko anin dolle benta keloko.
You see, these matters are usually decided in a court of law. Unfortunately, it's not usually left only to the military. It is left to lawyers and judges. I can tell you that even in your rules of engagement, this is murder.
Rules of engagement
But we have recorded what you have said. It would be considered. And those who are to make decisions on these matters would do so. Let's just agree that you say that the rules of engagement permit his killing.
Rules of engagement
okay?
Sir, yes, sir. Let me comment, sir. If, with due respect, sir.
Ning konga fanyamin animbunya ning horomo kang.
If people take arms and ammunition and when an attack is staged are being branded as heroes, I think those who went there to make sure they make sure the constitution of the country has been followed and stopped him or whosoever it is, I have also the right to say they apply the rules of engagement. That's where I'm talking from, sir.
Mbemem foka wonya ko sarto ya itandi nyaming. Nimmo soron tame ya lonko. Ay jorangota banko kama laman sakunda kama. adu molle fanal bije men ya lon ko be ila lotan kan wonyenti pour ka banko kanta wala pour ka wo kolu no masata bitun nin ko nata ke wo kono ko nga fo nyamin wala mu sartoti ka fo men ko rules of engagement amunta na mari fota ni wala wo kono bitu de
ani mawfo ngo ni matra mole tido sikala itata kamansa ka boyin kamansa kunda kan ka wo bondi je molbe sila bi ko wolbu hirol leti so wa sabu fana ni modo wulta kata ka fa be na mansale bondi la je anata na ke ni otuta je wol fana is a legitimate ka ko that is rules of engagement have been applied
wala nyindi ko amunta afata ko kono nyamin amunta sartolu fana ya landi nyamin wala kata daliloti me ya fa.
Yes, the reason why I'm saying that, sorry sir, the reason why I'm saying that, because the difference between Almamo and Landesane from what I heard, Landesane threw a grenade trying to run away and escape. This guy pulled out a weapon towards the other group. So obviously you wouldn't give him the chance. There is no warning shot in there. This is close contact. One have to go.
Yo, between Kokwal Nataka Nyame, Hanilandin Sanafana Konia Jube, at a left of Borla Lumpurka Boji. Yo bitun wo kono le fana mu menye keta anata ke ate fanana wairi telu amunta ninkumu ibebe wo selakili ngole kanga itelu nyimo fulolu
because there is no point of killing Almamo and arresting Landing. The mission was to arrest all of them.
Yo amunta ila hamo nyelti nundo ko amanka ko be Landinda mamuta le lafta itelu mo fulo bele mutalo nu.
Okay, we wouldn't enter into a debate on that issue. You have stated your position.
Yes, sir.
It's noted.
And let me make this clear. I wasn't there, but it's here said.
Yes, but your position has been noted.
Always at that place, yes, sir.
Okay. Haruna Jamme.
Yes, sir.
Yaya Jamme ordered his killing.
Yaya Jamme kangodi buru yafa.
From what he told me, because of what Tumbul told him, and it coincided all the animals were dying.
Yes.
I ole fonyede ko Tumbuli kumo memfae katu alabula fengolo wole mnyimbe yangaluti ulubebe faka nung andu inata kumo memfae wole yosabu.
And Jasaja Kujabi is the same thing.
And Jasaba
yes.
Kujabi
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Masi Jamme, it's the same thing.
Masi Jamme,
yes, sir.
Could you answer now?
Yes, sir.
And
then, sir, I was never present in all these things. It's a hearsay.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So, obviously, yes, sir.
And these are all confessions by Jamme.
Well, it's during discussions, yes, sir.
Okay. So for now, we have 4 clear ones, 4 clear murder cases by Jamme, and 1 attempted murder on Usman Silla.
Excluding Almamo Mane, right?
Yaya Jamele Yamaro di wala ganing mo kilime yalon ko wul silo wulindita kam pour ka fa wala Usman Sillat.
So Almamo Mane has not been counted.
But Almamo Mane mo konti.
Yes, I wouldn't count him as someone being murdered. I would count him as someone who take away arms and ammunition, attempted to overthrow a legitimate government.
Yes.
Wala mnyinte Almamo ni aje nga foko mate konti. Ni moyo jorango ta kido ninkeso purka mansakunda boy ndi membe siring woto wo mari ning kuna takiala alawo fero lukono wo dalilo le yasabu nko sartolu lanya wole yatefa.
Okay, so now we agree we have 4 clear cases of murder by Jamme and 1 case of attempted murder, depending on whose statement you accept.
Mona ninga wala soro men ya lonko wol be fata ndu ya Jammela ya maroko tay fata wol do anin kilime ya lonko ye hamo wulinda kam pour ka fa bari anatna kana.
Okay.
Council, can I reiterate this, please? One thing I want to say here again.
You were not there. It's all hearsay.
No, I'm saying here, I was like a son to Jamme. He called me son. But yes, this is between me and the country and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever I'm going to say here, it's not going to be to favor Jamme, neither favor whosoever. I'm not here to please anybody. But I am here to tell the truth between me and Allah and the Holy Quran. So let me make this crystal clear to every Gambian who is watching.
In fact, that is the reason why we gave you the Quran to swear. So
yes, sir.
We won't ask you to say anything that is a lie.
Yes, sir.
All we ask you is to speak the truth, the 100% truth.
Nothing else but the truth, sir.
Okay. So now let's go to the other killings by Yaya Jammeh. Of course, there was the killing of Ndongo Mbub.
Sir, we've never discussed that, sir.
Yes. Okay, fantastic.
Rare.
How about Soldau and Mahawacham?
I have never discussed that with Jammeh as well. I think those people they were killed when I was not even in the country at the time. I left the Gambia in 2010.
In fact, Bangkok 2010.
But you were here in 2005 when Daba Marena, Ibulo, Alfaba, Aliou Cisse, and Mandrafi Kaur were callously executed.
Sorry,
2006, March 2006.
March karo kono biri enyi mol fa enyi mol men tol fo dem ya lon ko Daba Marena wole nyatam ko ya.
Sir, yes, sir.
And they were ordered killed by Yaya Jammeh?
Anu Yaya Jammeh ya marodi pour yefa.
Sir, yes, I can explain in detail, sir, if you give me the chance, sir.
Please go ahead.
Let me start with this.
Go ahead.
Billahi. Wallahi. Tallahi. What Malik Jatta said about me there, he is lying, sir.
Malik Jatta
I have never ever handed anybody among those people to them. In fact, I traveled with Yahya Jammeh to Mauritania on that day. I was not in the country at the time.
Mr. Jallow.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, sir.
This story is fairly long.
I'll try to shorten it.
So let's try to condense it.
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
So when the news broke in Dakar, in Mauritania, there's a coup plot back home. I was the oddly at the time, so Jammeh called me inside the house. But before this, I used to have very disturbing dreams, and I keep telling him, sir, there's a betrayal, I don't know where it's coming from. So he called me to say, you see, what you've been telling me all along, it had happened today. There's a coup plot back home. He called me to tell me what you're telling me is true. So Daba was there, Musa Jammeh was there, and Tumbul Tamba were there. So what happened was, like, according to what they were all there, what Daba got information. So instead of telling Jammeh, he told Tumbul Tamba. So Tumbul Tamba, instead of waiting for them to dig the information, he went straight away and told Jammeh.
Tumbul Tamba fanam puru janning pur kanyin kibaro bonyoto ka jube amaokere ate silole mutadronga tata Jammeh.
At this stage,
in Tembenna,
was Tumbul in the very good books of Yaya Jammeh?
For Tumbul, ani Yaya Jammeh benung kulun kilina bang.
No, because Yaya Jammeh, in fact, if you look at it, he changed Tumbul from Kanilai and put Ibulo there because he came to understand Tumbul was doing so many things that he didn't ask him to do, and then his name was being tarnished in the image of Gambian people.
yaya man la tumbul la fon kato anata falin ne fang kanilai ay tumbul bondi je anata ibulo kije kato tumo nyinjeta ko tumbul abulona da aka kujama le tamandi men ya lonko I manke kuluti menu sahata.
That's what we call occult missions. He do missions on his name using Yaya Jammeh's name.
Aka wuli aka fansunkolu tamandi me ya lonko Yaya Jammeh bukaba kala mabari ataka deng Yaya Jammeh tolela ka foko anganyin kukari ka yamunta yale akiala.
So he removed Tumbul and took Ibulo there.
Wala na Tumbul mume obondije ay Ibulo saindi ala palasoto.
So when this thing happened, so Tumbul have to try and win Jammeh's confidence. There was a confrontation between them in Mauritania, and then I was with them, to be honest, because
bitum briwo keta Tumbul fanambe fero membe ke kan wolem nyintiko pour ani Yaya Jammeh sina dia lanno e muru itema bitum ko nyin nata ke wala nyama hanfo na nyim Mauritanie takono e nyin kolu nata sangara la wala nyama.
That's why I said earlier, if you look at it before the coup, Yaya Jammeh wanted to disband the junglers because so many things were happening that he never gave instruction to.
Bitum niajube hani jani ofango Yaya Jammeh ku jamalu be ke kanu nyin jongla sol la karola men ya lonko Yaya fango buke bo kalama ando abuke bulala.
So tell us about the Daba Marena issue. Go ahead.
Yes. So when that confrontation starts, Salif Kaur name was mentioned.
Sane bringa kumo fota inata sane fango to fanam fojele.
Salif Kaur
or Manlafi Kaur.
Salif Kaur and Manlafi Kaur. So they were saying it's Salif Kaur. That's why the confusion started.
Salif Kaur and Manlafi Kaur bari be Salif le fokanum wole lunyoto nyinnati.
And I told them no. Salif Kaur at the time, I think he was in Sudan. I said he's not even in the country.
Wala nantena ata foyenko hani Salif Kaur ata keno la utikati wo tembo wo be Sudan le nga foyenko Salif Kaur hani banko kan.
But Jammeh was very furious with Daba and saying, Daba, before telling Tumbul, why didn't you tell me? And Daba was saying, sir, I wanted to dig into the information and know before I give information which is not correct.
Bria fa Jammeh ya kamfata Daba kamabake ako Daba ite nyin kibaro soto munan na ibafola Tumbul tambaye imanna kibaro nyin dinte fangola.
So to cut story short, that's why we park and then
left her coin jube la nga koto jube fo nsi kuma koyo soto tonya nsina ofe janimina kumonyi satale mammen kalangolo.
So to cut story short, this is how we came back, and then we were escorted with the Mauritanian special forces. They also came with us.
Between Kupuruka Kosuti and the drone, Akatatene, between Kona Takaonya, Tumolo, Fanaluna, Sena, Babrin Satanam Fanang, Etelmenia Lonko, Lano Mankela, between Mbele Tatanola, Lulu Samba, Lulu Tata Wolanyama Kasai.
And Murtanin Kolas special Fango Lense.
Murtanin Kolu, Wella Folian saying Dinang, Ila Fansum Ferola.
No. Nibe plane killing. Nibe avion killing.
Nibe plane killing Lacono.
In fact, I remember because at the time everyone was like quiet somewhere with their counting bits, and I said, listen, why do we have this Mauritanian here? We are soldiers, we are commandos, we're going, those who will die, those who will survive. I said, we don't need them because they don't even know who is who if it's just a fight broke up at the airport.
Yeah, very bitum men natakide amoti wala na dolu nyum foko munana nyilube kafulam jang kadun molu bentol fanal kono jam men mu sojarol ti men mu commando luti so mune yo sabu pour nié na nyola abako min abunta ko wolle bentol dandan kannan. I
was started next to Daba Marena. In fact, I called Aliou Cisse. Jammeh asked me to call Aliou Cisse and ask him to man, I think, the airport together with Faring Sanyang.
Yo wadalilo ya sabu ya Jammeh ente kumanda ko nga Aliou Cisse kumandi pour wonim Faring Sanyang wolu sikulunti la jidula nyimuta.
Because Aliou Cisse was someone Jammeh trusted, and he just see him like a son. He liked him more than any other person at the time.
Katotumo Aliou Cisse fanang anin Jammeh temo lanna bale bije andun Jammeh amutale fanko adingo. So
when we arrived at the airport and then we all went away, so Jammeh, myself and other people, we came to the State House. Sirimodu Njai received us at the airport.
Bitum birinna tam fata kulundila jidula to mobe tate ya bitun te Jammeh ani mo kotengolun telle tata nyola kata State House.
So when we arrived at the State House, Daba Marena came up, he told Jame, sir, don't worry, I'll get to the bottom of this. But from Tumbul's body language, it's like he wasn't very comfortable. And then Jame went inside. It's just when you go inside the building, there's a small corridor with Daba, and I was the order, I was going inside. Tumbul followed us there. And then he wanted to listen.
Aduniaju be brim from the State House. Daba yenye fo yaya yanko sa nyinko mbe akwo noma satala le hanfo ngabula ngafuta dangoma ko men ketaje bari ni ajube tumbulu dal akwo nyi mansono yate bulu kato hanin be dunna bungo kono tumo men pour kata diamu ate tumbulu bulatan noma le nyin kamala pour asalo membita fola.
So we went inside, and then there were so many telephone calls here and there.
Mbe kono to jede bari telephone kumandir jamal leketa kumandirolu façon jamalu botakara jamal la wolu ketale wotumo.
And then Tumbul find this as an opportunity now to get closer to Jammeh. He organized his jungler groups.
Wotumo lem Tumbulu fana e fero soto purasi nakika kata jamela ayala jongla solu fana la kolu katandina nyola wotumo le pro anisi lo kapare kuolula. So
here the Gambia is in a dark position where there was an attempted coup d'etat, and then the Tumbul. I said, so he took advantage of the situation. So in fact, there was a problem between Al Musa Jammeh, because Tumbul, according to Musa Jammeh, people have been arrested and beaten in town.
Yo wala la fana tumbulu fana ni Musa Jammeh temo amantara diari mbake kato tumo molu soto ndameni alonko keta moleti melu muta sate kono
ibe bute kan
nyungle ha utumo ibe bute kan.
And then Musa Jammeh found that that's not right, and then he went and told Tumbul, let them stop it. If they want to beat anybody, let them take them to NIA and beat them.
Utumo le Musa Jammeh tata tumbulu kan akai nyimembe ke kanteng amambete ala bula ni lafta momondi mbute la ye muta ye samba NIA sine bute woto.
And they'll make sure before they beat anyone to know whether he or she is part of it.
Andung ay nyim fanam fayen ko al namano momondi lipa fanang ali feroke ali ya long fodum tonya nyimari dabijele fa datiji.
So Tumbul called at the State House. I received the switchboard. He said he want to speak to Jammeh, and he spoke to Jammeh.
Utumolen Tumbul found at a commandiro ke State House switchboard auto. Bitu akala fita diamula Jammeh bitu telefona nga shabu hanfo anin Jammeh diamuta.
When they spoke, Jammeh called me, and I quote, he said to me, Saihou, he said, yes sir. He said, tell Musa Jammeh to bring his tail back to the State House. Tail, underline the word tail. That's his word.
Utumolen Jammeh kaudi ndefana na koya for Tumbul taba ikai munati.
I Musa Jammeh a fenyona the back to the State House.
Kasa for Musa Jammeh aya fenyona the State House. Kuma kango amunta ataya fonte wonyala ko Musa Jammeh sa a fenyona the State House.
So Musa Jammeh being my boss, I just asked him. I said, I told him, I said, Jammeh said, you come to the State House, allow Tumbul to be there. So when Musa came, he said to me, did Tumbul call you? I said, yes sir, he did.
Between Otumolem. Birim Musa Jammeh nata kumo memfanyanka nko ha tonyala Jammeh ko ite na Tumbul tambasi tuje tentenga bemenna.
Musa said to me, Saihou, this man don't know what is happening. Tumbul is misleading him, and then Tumbul doesn't want the whole truth to come out. This is why he don't want me there.
So Tumole Musa konye Saihou ni mantara tonya fokang abe filindirole la wodalilo le asabu amalla fi prunte taraji purates ki continue kolu la lafta menkela mole me ya lonko abe filindirole la tende.
So in between, and then the 4-day body
between wotembo la eko
4-day body and other NIS, then we start having their numbers, and we are calling and passing calls to them.
Utumolem kumandiro lubeke kang u kumandiro lumen fanalo nimme kumandiro ke ngala kumandiro soto e sulata men na agency la kumandiro lu futandi ol mari olma.
And then one fine morning, and then I call Jammeh asked me to call Daba Marena, but before he called Daba Marena, assistant, a civilian assistant did call there.
Lunkilin somanda Jammeh ko nga Daba Marena kumandi bari janno fonbe kala assistant ba aya fanyam pour nga kumandi.
And I will make this clear. I heard Harry's testimony, but unfortunately, he is not telling the truth. Harry was constantly in touch with Jammeh. Ani. Ngo. Na Harry mo la men foje baraman to afo e ma commissioner Harry ni ya Jammeh be diamu kan nunne.
Harry anini ya Jammeh be diamu kan. Okay, abetata moli amel.
So, and then Yaya Jammeh spoke to Daba, and then he hung the telephone, and then I could hear him shouting, and he hung the telephone. He hung up the telephone.
Otumolem Yaya Jammeh nin Daba diamuta. Bari diamo nyinto a wurita kunale andumbiro botala drongaja e telefono nyin kuntu ayadeng.
So, until in the evening around 5-6,
bitunga tata wol nyale fokata wuraro kata tala lulu fotala woro ma fangola.
The communication between them is very, very high.
Between who and who?
Between Yahya Jammeh, Tumbul Tamba, and Harry Sambu. And then around 5-6 a.m. this morning, Tumbul Tamba called the switchboard to tell Yahya Jammeh mission accomplished.
Tumbul Tamba kumandiro ke switchboard oto kafo Yahya Jammeh yanko yembula do ko men nga kele ngambandile.
So I said to Tumbul, what mission is that?
Nko Tumbule mundo kule muoti.
I'm sorry, Council, I do not wish to swear, but I have to say direct as it is.
Please go ahead.
And then Yafo.
Tumbul said to me, just fucking tell him, mission accomplished.
Tumbul ya kumakao memfaya wale mnyintiko kaya fote nyame kaya afai nko nga doko nyinkele nga bang ay kumaja wale fanfa ba fola tumomena.
So yeah, I told Jammeh, and Jammeh asked me to tell Tumbul to come to the State House.
Birim fanango kumakao sindi Jammeh Jammeh nyumfanya kunga futumbul ya kong aine danku State House.
So when Tumbul came, I went down. He instructed me to make sure I open the gate. No one go. Let me go and open the gate for Tumbul.
Pirin Tumbul nata ye kango din telefon la purunga ta bunda yele ay. Utumo lente fananjita ntata nga bunda yele Tumbul ye praye dunnang.
Tumbul came with a video recorder. That's something that record a video.
Tumbul birabe nala anim video recording ne nata. Video aniole nata nyola purkana State House.
Yes, so and he went inside, right inside the bedroom, inside Jammeh's sitting room. He stayed for a while, and then next minute they called me to come down and help him with a bag of money, big. I'm not talking of plastic bag, a bigger bag of money.
Atasajele fo wati sutung ina atante kumande purunga jiduma ngata makoiroke kodi boto bade purunga makoiroke kawo kodi boto nyin chikandi.
Yes, while I was helping, I did have Ibu Jaju testifying here. He said he was there. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. The steward on duties was Lamin Makote Jammeh. He's in the UK here now. Ibu was never there.
Biringa moy jajube sede yaro la jang akate bijele nung bari mbenyum fola ko atije nunde sayin mem bije nung ibu makote jaju wala bije nung
lamin makote jamme
wala bije nung adun sayin wo fango abe america la mantara jang
abe Angleterre
okay.
So when Tumbul was going down, he said to me, Saihou nge kalol filile. I said to him, who? He said to me, you will hear it on the news.
Birin Tumbul beji kanduma ay ñina fanyen ko nge kalolu filile nkaay juma ko ñe ba moy la kibarol tole.
Can you tell us that in English?
Fanyen tubabu kan roban ka fa nge kalolu filile.
That simply means we have done with them or we have destroyed them.
So he continued saying, he said because he have to because if not, Jammeh was going to do like what he did to Sana Sabali, to lock them for some time and release them. But this time now, he makes sure Jammeh will set an example.
Ay ñu fako bitun ko nun lata nun ñaming menketa Sana Sabali la wa mukuleti be wala jibari sayin Jammeh be kukela men yalon ko wala be kala santi yongoti dolu ñakoto dolu ñanta menjela.
Sir, Tumbul is dead, but this is from his own mouth. He said he have to convince Jammeh to make sure an example is set, because if not, what happened to Sanatable, just to lock him for some few years and release him was going to happen. And then, but this time around, he have to set an example.
Tumbul fango adakalo ye memfonye abe lakiral barbitra memfonye wole mnyinti ko sanasabali ye menuke ngawjele wotambita barisila jammenyanta santiyango le kela kakuke me yalon ko dolu saje sinin samo isi hakilo tuato.
Let's put it in plain terms.
Yes, sir.
Are you saying Tumbul told you that he convinced Jammeh to kill Daba Marena and his group?
He said, well, this is from Tumbul's word. He said you have to make sure Jammeh set an example. But I will come in detail.
Bari de Tumbul fangola kumakangol lo nyinti de ako ate lafta jelale yaya Jammeh santiyongo kenyi molu la ka kuitandi brunyin kamala molu saji.
Because after the death of Tumbul, I had a conversation with Jammeh, and Jammeh said to me, you know, Tumbul, if I said to him, sir, Tumbul was sick, and you never helped him when he was admitted at the VIP block. He said to me, Saihou, Tumbul he made me make so many mistakes in life.
Tumbulu bring abanta fo kola ninja mebe kachala. Nko Jammeh Tumbulu sasa atajanne bari hanikata jube wala kwa kukela kuoto amanke. Jammeh konyanko Saihou. Tumbulu mumole time yalon ko ay kujamal leke men yalon ko aketa du nyoloti wo dalilo le ya sabu
and I'm feeling the
kujamal le to men yalon ko mbaratela.
He said to me, you know, Daba was innocent.
Ay nyum fanye jele ko yalon ko Daba mam femfenke.
He said to me, you know why I went with Tumbul to Mauritania?
Ay nyum fanye fana yalon ne dalili jumale yakendi nin Tumbul tata Mauritania.
He said to me, because Tumbul was in touch with, was part of this Ndur Cham coup d'etat.
Akokatu Tumbulu adabe nung Ndur Cham coup d'etat konole.
So, and then he said, and he knew Daba was going deep into it.
And alonko Dababe dunkan ka dinka kuolu kono meni alonko wolebe keri notumo.
So the best thing he could do was to make sure Daba will never stop.
Asemenkeno wolem nyintiko kaje ko Daba kana silo soto puruka murunang kadiam.
And then Tumbul was not in good time with Malafikor as well.
Adun Tumbul ni Malafikor fana mantara diari nungu tumo.
And then Ali Cisse was Yajameh's darling, because even when Ali was arrested, Yajameh said, no, Ali will never be part of this.
Kadu Ali Cisse na atake moti Yajameh fango lafita melna bake. Kadu hani brie Ali umuta Yajameh fango kole hani Ali udate tarno la nyinto.
He did ask for them to bring Ali Cisse. He wanted to speak to Ali Cisse face to face and ask him why did he plot against him.
Anatanyam fanam foko ye Ali unati kadu ate founding Ali ulafta diamlele nyani nya. But then
it didn't happen, to be unfortunately. But he spoke to Ali before they picked Ali up. Yes, sir, because before then he did ask for them to take rams or ships or just a ram for Ali Cisse at the airport when he was at the airport.
And at any full of Fampuri sa Kotongo Samba Aliusi Utumo Wobe Airport, Kuluntila Gilulado.
So it is in between the news of Aliusi's involvement come in.
Between Utumolem Ning Kibaro Luka for Aliusi Dabije Nata Finti Okola.
So council, you can see the people being killed are people either in one way, is either on the tribal line. That's the honesty, either on the tribal line or people that had difference with Tumbul.
Between Bajalako. Yenilumelu fateng si fatam fansole ya sabu wala amunta faniale fote madorong me yalon kanata ke kuyati tema wala nyimbe sabu.
When the government issued a press release saying that
Kafoko
Daba Marena
Ibulo
Alfaba Aliou Cisse and Manlafikor were being taken to Janjambure and their vehicles somersaulted and they escaped. Was the government telling the Gambian people the truth?
Subhanallah, may their soul rest in perfect peace. When the killing happened, and Harisambu, Usman Sonko, Tumbul Tamba. I heard Harry saying General Lantombon Tamba was there, but I will say it here, Billahi.
Harisambu bedia mukamba wotumo General Lantombon Tamba bije bari nsinkaliko.
No, ngamu ako General Lantombon Tamba mbelunjere, dabe lunjere, not a state house.
Ha akonu General Lantombon Tamba fanan dabe okuokonole.
I can swear by Allah, Lantombon Tamba was never ever present at the scene.
Andu wayatara dum Lantombon Tamba anene mume wo mantara wo dinkirato.
Who was present at the scene?
In fact, that early morning, I had Jame asking Tumbul Tamba, is Lantombon aware? And then Tumbul said, no, he's not aware. He don't know it. And Jame said, good. This is I was standing. This is what he has said. I was standing.
Wo somanda ngaya Jame mo akatumbul Tamba nyininka. Fodung Lantombon Tamba bijele bang fire kalamutale bang tumbul kai hani utumole yaya fam fananko yo abeteata.
So who was present at the scene?
Harisambu.
And who else?
Usman Sonko, former minister.
Who else?
Tumbul Tamba,
you said. And
yes, sir. That was it. You see, I can fully recall. You see, when you come out of the office and going into the main building at the corridor there, that's where they came to discuss it.
Nkoyaje dame yalonko ni fintira bumba nyinkono ibita kan karadola ilawo jenjengola je peron koto ibenta wole to purkata nyinko diamu.
I came down to took it was after office. I came down to took the baggages up, some of the luggages up. That's where they were talking about this.
Biringo bekela fante jitana ne puru bagaso lumenu ya lonko tutaduma puru kaulu chika ke samba ke selendi santo.
What agreement did they arrive at this meeting?
Now they were discussing. They come to the term. Let them say the customer salted.
Say akan
They were discussing, the three of them, and they came to the term to say, let them announce the car had somersaulted when they were taking them to Janjambure.
Ha moto membe isambakan Janjambure wo moto nyim boytale fa ayele matakaloa kumula bitu tumolem nyimolu kanata.
They were hatching the big lie to feed the Gambian people.
Yes, sir.
Answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you are saying that Harisambu, Usman Sonko,
yes, sir,
Tumbul Tamba, and Yaya Jame, they organized to lie to the Gambian people that this vehicle somersaulted and the 5, Dabamarena and Co. disappeared.
I was standing. This is what he has said. Even in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. Yes, sir.
Sitale kumo kacha ya kambenta kula kana kuma kama fitili Gambia dingoliye kafo ko nyimmo lulo la emem ka boda bamare na nala molu ibe samba kanu njenjam burele e roni nyitata abusulta e kanata.
Could you answer now?
Yes, sir. I was there when they are saying it. In fact, because I was taking the luggages up.
Ha tonyala mbijele nunkato tembole mu mbebaga solu selendi kanke samba santo.
Who killed the following people?
Jumale nyimol fa nkana nyunu menu foteng.
Daba Marena, Ibulo, Alphaba, Aliou Cisse, and Man Lafikor.
So with due respect, that is something I wasn't in the books. Like Malik said, I've never moved out of even an inch from the State House. I don't know who pulled the trigger. I am just talking of what I see or what I heard.
Andung men ya sabu malong katu menu fongoli kidota ke bum malong jumanyo lem ning alate man siole fono.
But after these killings, You received the call from Tumbul Tamba.
Yes, sir.
And he asked you to convey a message to Yaya Jammeh.
Yes, sir.
What was the message?
Mission accomplished.
And you asked him what mission accomplished and how did he respond?
He said,
answer?
He said, just fucking tell him mission accomplished.
And afterwards, Yaya Jammeh requested that he come to State House.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
And Tumbul came with a cassette of a video record.
Not even the cassette itself, even the video itself is holding it.
And the video recorder itself.
Yes, sir.
And he went into a room with Yaya Jammeh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And when they were done, Yaya Jammeh gave a big bag of money. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
And it was after that the meeting took place at State House. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wherein they decided to tell the biggest lie to the Gambian people.
Well, that's what has been said there. Yes, sir.
Is it lost to you that Yaya Jammeh ordered the killing of these 5 people?
Counsel, I will allow the panel to decide on that. I'm not here to decide on that, sir, with due respect, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But from everything you have said, Yaya Jammeh paid the killer. And then he gave him an excuse by lying to the Gambian people as to what happened to the deceased person. That is the truth, isn't it?
Well, from what I said and from any genuine Gambian who can understand, this is exactly what happened.
Good. So it is fair and proper that we add onto the list for Yaya Jammeh that he killed Daba Marena, he killed Ibulo, he killed Alfaba, he killed Aliou Cisse, he killed Manlafikor.
Muntabe tilin na puru moye ni modol fanan tolta ke lafa ni modol kam mel yalon ko ay menu fa folo kenu wolen kabo Daba Marena, Alfaba, Ibulo,
Aliou Cisse, and
Manlafikor ke lafa tol kan ko take ko atele wol fanan fa.
You agree?
Isontale.
So, point of rectification, that word will never come out of my mouth because he wasn't at the killing zone. All what I do know is I was with him in the building. So I will left the panel to go on that.
But Hitler never went about the streets of Germany shooting anybody, even though 6 million Jews were executed.
Hitler famanta medo kande ka molfa men surtout ka foko molta million woro ifata jusol.
Just like you said a minute ago,
with
all the things you have said, it can only be understood that he killed them. Because they were killed at his behest.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm not trying to defend him here, neither do I want to lie. He never gave me an order to say, tell them to kill them. All what I do know is I do receive a call to say mission accomplished. And I've seen Tumbul coming in there going with money. Yes.
Mr. Witness, let us not prolong this.
There is nothing to prolong here, sir. You obviously know. I'm not here to say yes, he did it, but you obviously... I wouldn't. I'm giving the panel to open. Sir, no. Let us be fair. You have to be fair to me here.
Yes, I am being fair to you.
I can give you what I had.
Okay, let me change the question. Yaya Jammeh got these 5 people killed.
Are you done, sir?
Could you say?
I said, can I come in, sir?
Yes, that is the truth, isn't it? He got these people killed, and then he tried
that's
to
well, I am, let's see, the panel and the Gambian people have the right to say, to come up with a conclusion. But I'm not going to say, yes, he did the whole what I said. I do receive a call telling me mission accomplished. And I said, I think I've been very straightforward here. And I did see Tumbul coming into the State House, and then he did collect money. So, sir, with due respect, sir, you can make, and you and your people can make a decision.
And soon after that, they fed the Gambian people what you know to have been a lie.
Well, whether it is a lie or whether it's not a lie, this is what they said at the State House. Exactly where I was standing, this is what they said. So, wallahi alamu, they know what they said is a lie or not. But you could have allowed me to continue a bit.
You have sworn on the Quran.
That's why I have to repeat exactly what I heard, what I see, not to say, yes, he said this, he said that. As long as I don't receive a call from him telling me, tell these people to execute these people, that's not going to come out of my mouth. What I do say and what I do know is, I did receive a call from Tumbul. And this is exactly what he told me. So I'm giving you the opportunity and the Gambian people to come to conclusion. But you don't want to, you shouldn't tell me to speak on behalf of the Gambian and say, yes, he did this.
We agree. We just want to know what you believe.
I think I have to believe what all Gambians believe, what all Gambians believe.
Just tell us, what is your belief?
My belief is that they've been killed.
By who?
Well, by the junglers.
Under whose instructions? Who directed that?
Sir, if Tumbul have the if Tumbul have the gut to come and receive money, I did not need to tell you under whose instructions, sir.
So we can conclude it is Yaya Jammeh's instructions.
That have to come from the panel. It will never come from Saihou Jallow's conclusion, sir.
Mr. Jallow, stop.
No. We got to be honest, because I swear on the Holy Quran, I gave you the opportunity for you and your people to come to that conclusion. That will not come out of my word, my mouth.
Is this notion wahbu ega yefi dofla?
Pardon?
Are you trying to reinforce the notion that wahbu ega yefi dofla? You don't want to cut the T's or connect the dots?
I'm giving the panel and the Gambian population to come to that conclusion, sir.
Mr. Jallow, you know very well, deep in your heart, that Yaya Jammeh ordered the execution of these 5 people.
I am speaking for those who have the knowledge to understand, and then I think I'm speaking to a very professional lawyer. You are good in your job. That's why, with due respect, sir, that's why I said that. I received a call from Tumbul. I said, mission accomplished. And I opened the gate for Tumbul to come in. And I said, Tumbul received money. You telling me to say that Yaya Jammeh give the orders for them to be killed. I said, I didn't hear that from Tumbul. Sorry, from Yaya Jammeh, because I hold the Quran. I have to say what I hear and what I see and what I witness. So the rest is just for the panel to come to conclusion.
But Mr. Jallow,
yes, sir.
You later sat with Yaya Jammeh.
Yes, sir.
And he told you that
Tumbul misled him.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
And did he express regret about what has happened?
Oh, yes, especially with Daba Marina, yes.
Exactly. So obviously Yaya Jammeh expressed regret because he did what he now believes was wrong. Correct?
I'll give the panel the opportunity to come up to that conclusion, please, sir.
Well, put it this way.
Yes, sir.
You would never say that Yaya Jammeh did it. Because you
Sir, probably you don't know me. Go and ask anybody who knows Saihou Jallow. I do not shy away from the truth. I was one person, people tell me, if you're not careful, Jammeh will kill you. I said, he let him kill me, telling the truth and telling lies. What I'm trying to say here, I'm speaking, I am not avoiding, because I hold the Quran and swear. I have to. No. I give you the opportunity to call it black. So you expect me to say on behalf of Gambians the kettle was black, while those who want to understand what I said. That won't come out of my mouth, sir, with due respect, sir.
Make me understand in plain terms what you are saying.
What I am saying
just
here.
a moment. Aren't you saying that it is quite obvious that Yaya Jammeh secured their killing?
Well, sir, let us put it this way. I said to you, I wasn't in the bush. I didn't pull the trigger. I don't know who and who pulled the trigger. What I do know was I did receive a call from Tumbultamba saying mission accomplished. Obviously, you said mission accomplished. If you send me something and then someone come and said, oh, the guy you sent said mission accomplished, I will allow the Gambian people and the panel to come to that conclusion, but not from my mouth, sir. I was just an oddly doing my duties.
We would put it under Yaya Jammeh's docket as number 10 person, as 10 people already killed by Yaya Jammeh.
Well, we all entitled to our findings. Say yes, sir.
You agree?
That agreement wouldn't come from my mouth because he was giving the orders for them to be killed. I wasn't there. All what I said, I did had mission accomplished. That's it, sir.
Okay. Okay, let's take it, let's put it this way. These are 10 missions ordered by Yaya Jammeh and 10 of them accomplished. Agreed?
I wouldn't say 10 missions ordered by Jammeh. Apart from the one that he basically tell me about CC, the rest are all hearsay. So I'm not there to say they were ordered by Jammeh. Yes, sir. Because starting from Lawyer Silla and others, yes. But then I'm not here to say they were ordered by Jammeh. I have to be honest here, sir.
You are huffing and puffing at the same time. You speaking from...
There is no huffing and puffing in my diary, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I don't have that in my diary. No. As time goes on, you will come to the truth. We will all know the truth. What I want to say here, I do not want words to be put into my mouth. I have to be very fair to the Gambian people and say what I know, not what I don't know.
Would you say that Harry Sambu is guilty of covering up murder?
I wouldn't say he was guilty or innocent. I'm saying those that I saw at the scene.
Listen to the question.
Yes, sir.
Are you saying that Harry Sambu is guilty of covering up murder?
Harry Sambu, Tumbultamba, Yaya Jammeh, Usman Sonko are all under the same basket.
Harry Sambu, Tumbultamba, Yaya Jammeh,
which is guilty of covering up murder, to say the least.
Well, they know what they know what at the time they know what Gambians don't know. So you see, if we go further, you will get to know what I'm trying to say. But it's like you want us to stay here for hours debating on this, and then I'm not going to say things that I have no idea about. I think what I said here is very crystal clear to every Gambian who want to hear.
It is more like I don't want to say the obvious. And
the obvious is already there. I'm a council. If you send people, and then somebody among them, someone came and said, mission accomplished. And then I said, what mission? And he said to me, just fucking say mission accomplished. Next means the person who called came in and received money. And then we came with a video recorder, maybe to show evidence this had happened. Obviously, at the panel, I'm not here to say this. You know, every Gambian know what happened there.
Okay.
But you want me to take this?
You know that Yaya Jammeh ordered their execution and they were executed, and he paid money for that. That's what
fair enough. That's all what we can say. But you want me that word to come out of my mouth? No, I can't. I'm sorry.
Is that a reasonable conclusion?
No, you're asking me to say what I see and what I know. I'm trying to tell you what I see, what I know. The killing had happened. Who's just, you know what I mean?
I ask you, is our conclusion a reasonable conclusion?
Well, that's left to the panel to judge. But obviously, you know, Tumbul will not come to that house with a video recorder without being given orders. But then I'm not here to say
and where
yes.
would those orders come from?
The last person he spoke to that, well, he came to give to situation report. So he came to the president. So whatever happened in between them, if Tumbul was alive, or Jamie come, he should tell us what happened. Not me saying, yeah, yes, this, that.
Okay, let's recap what you said.
Yes.
Jame and Daba had serious arguments over the telephone, correct?
I wouldn't say serious argument because I didn't hear the conversation. All what I do know is because when you pass a call, you can see the red light blinking. Because then you have to monitor whether he finished talking or whatever before you pass another call. But the conversation didn't stay long. But I can hear him shouting and banging the phone, yes.
Okay. So which signifies that Jame was angry. He was not happy.
Yeah, obviously, yes.
And Tumbul Tamba was telling him, sorry, and at the time, Tumbul Tamba carried out a mission and came and told you and called and to tell you that to tell Jame that mission was accomplished. And wato Tumbul Tamba tara do ko la kumandiro ke ko priya fa ya Jame ko do ko nyinga timmandile. Correct?
Let's put it this way. He didn't call me because when you say he called me, mean private, probably he called my line. He called the switchboard. The switchboard is where all comms call to and Pastor Jame. And I was the only. I wasn't the only there, but I picked the phone and he said to me, tell Jame, mission accomplished. And I said, what mission? He said, fucking tell him mission accomplished.
Exactly. So he was reporting to his superior, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And obviously, from that conversation, it appeared that the superior knew what this mission was. Correct?
Yes, of course, yes.
And then Tumbul Tamba had to come to State House to produce evidence of the mission accomplished by way of video recording.
State House
yes, he did come with a video. Yes, he did come with a video, yes.
And he went into a room with Jame and they had a conversation. They have their own meeting, the two of them.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
And immediately after that, Yaya Jame gave a big bag of money.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And after that, there was a meeting between Tumbul, Yaya Jame, Usman Sonko, and Hari Sambu, correct?
Yes, sir.
Hari Sambu, Usman Sonko,
and in the meantime, you had asked Tumbul, what is this mission accomplished? He said you would hear it in the fucking news. Correct?
At that point, that fucking news, he didn't hear. He said he would hear it in the news.
Yes. All right.
And he did say to Nekalol Filile. Okay. Don't get me. He did say Nekalol Filile.
Yes. But he also told you that your people have been disappeared.
Yes.
And you also saw them discussing to say to
yes.
the Gambian people that the vehicle somersaulted and these people disappeared.
Yes.
All put together clearly say that Yaya Jame saw to it that these 5 people were killed and they went to give a lie to the Gambian people.
Obviously, yes.
Thank you very much.
No, because no. There's no sweating. You want to come out of me and said, yeah, Jammeh, give orders. And I said, I will never accept that because I wasn't there. But I'm giving the panel to come to conclusion.
Let me just bring in the 2-3 short-term questions. Mr. Jallow, did Jammeh tell you where Tumbul Tamba told him the 5 Gambians were executed? The place?
Never.
And what happened
never.
to
We
their
never
bodies,
discussed
where
that.
the bodies are? Jammeh didn't
We
tell you
never
anything
discussed
about
that.
that?
Nothing, absolutely, sir.
And Tumbul didn't tell you what he told the president also on that, those 2 points?
No, because it was a conversation between them, never.
And did Tumbul tell you also, yeah, Jammeh tell you the video clip or the video that Tumbul gave him, what was on that video? Was it the execution, was it the burial, or what was on that video? Do you know?
Sir, I don't know because I have a limitation and there is need to know basic, please, sir.
Thank you. Council, continue.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Even as Daba Marena and others were killed,
Yes, sir.
And a lie was fed to the Gambian people, investigations were going on as to who was involved in the Ndur Cham coup d'etat. And many people were arrested, taken to the NIA and brutalized. Correct?
Can we finish what they were talking at that point first, please?
Okay, let's go. Let's go back to that. Please go ahead.
So when this discussion was made, Khalifa Bajinka, the late name came up. I have heard what Harisambu was saying. He was this, Jammeh was laughing. Harisambu was more in a joyous position than even all those people. I have to be honest. I don't want to be disrespectful to him, sir, but he probably didn't see me when they were talking. I was standing.
Harisambu akatate sewo le dia munta nga sewo maleje birinyin dia mulbe keka ngo temboto.
Because he suggests, in fact, when Lantombo, when Bajinka name came up, he suggested for them to send military police to go and arrest Bajinka in Nigeria.
Hatu biringo dia mulu kono birim Bajinka tofota. Ate fanga nyine fam foko isi military police wale msojaro lufana kono police olu isi olu ki Nigeria puri eta Bajinka mutaji.
So,
okay,
so in between
this question, let me ask you.
Yes.
After, on that day or the next day, was there a meeting at State House where Tumbul Tamba, Usman Sonko, Harisambu, and Langtombong Tamba came together to meet Yaya Jammeh?
This is what happened. I was not an office orderly. I was in the house. So if that happened, I didn't see any meeting of church. That meeting I'm talking about happened at the corridor. This is where these people came, but Lantombo was never there.
Nyim kumo memba fo kante nyile nyim bengo ke bantalale bungo jenjengola bitung bari utumo Lantombon Tamba nene mantara jenu atije.
Let me tell you 2 testimonies we have received before this commission.
Yes, sir.
One testimony is that the meeting involving the 4 people, Langtombong, Harisambu, Usman Sonko, Tumbul Tamba, meeting Yaya Jammeh, never took place. Is that correct?
Right. I am speaking what I have seen, and then I am not telling you don't believe what they say or don't believe. I am telling you I am telling you, believe what I'm going to say. And I said, Billahi, Wallahi, believe what I said here. I'm going to tell you here.
Okay.
I didn't see a meeting at this office because I was in the building inside the house. But I did so a meeting between Tumbul Tamba, Usman Sonko, Yahya Jammeh, Hari Sambu.
All right.
Lantombo was in there, and I said it before. Even in the morning when Tumbul was leaving Yajam's house, he did ask him, "Is Lantombo aware?" And then Tumbul said to him, "No, he wasn't aware. He's not aware." Because let me make this point clear. Lantombo, at some point, they've seen him as someone. I do not want to be tribal here, but they've seen him as somebody who is like, it's a reconciliation. But they've seen him someone as like. He doesn't care which tribe you belong to. Like everyone is the same. So most of some of the things that were happening, they have to make sure they push him aside. As time goes on, maybe
bring who?
This Tumbul Tamba was the center. I said because he had a friction with Jammeh. This time around, he wanted to make sure Jammeh, he win Jammeh's confidence. He was at the center of everything. Because even at some point, Musa Jammeh was even pushed aside.
Okay, all right. Just a moment. Would you say that Hari Sambu lied when he said
he is lying? With due respect, don't even need to complete the statement. He was lying. He lied.
Lang Tombong said he never went to State House to meet Jammeh with these people.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, the people that I saw, I didn't see Lantombo anywhere near there, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's move on. We have a lot of other issues to cover.
Yes, sir.
One is very important. We know the killings. We have the circumstantial evidence, the indicia of responsibility. From what you have said, we can draw our conclusions. Yahya Jammeh got them killed. So now let's move on to the tortures that happened at the NIA.
So first of all here, I didn't finish Bajinka. Let me come with Bajinka because I had Hadisambu talking. I have to be very honest to everybody here.
Okay, go ahead. But it's not
because I had yes, I'll summarize it. When Harry gave the idea for Bajinka to be arrested, and then at that point, Jammeh asked me to go upstairs. But inside the building is so big, there is somewhere we call Moroccan Hall. I went round and came through the Moroccan Hall to the state banquet and hide behind one of the doors. I can hear them talking.
And what did they say?
That was the time Jammeh said it's against the international protocol to get Bajinka arrested from Nigeria because the Nigerian government wouldn't allow it.
Bankunim bankute malua balantale puru yeta Bajinka muta Nigeria man sakunda famate sonna wala.
So when I heard that, I ran upstairs and I said, and I told, in fact, Yusuf, I said, these people, I heard them talking, it's like they've killed some people, but hopefully 6 of Adelaide News will hear it.
Could you repeat what you said?
I said, when I heard them talking, I ran back to Yusuf Asane, he was an oddly as well.
Yes.
I said to him, Yus, I had a conversation downstairs, but the way these people are talking, it's like they've killed some people.
Berimna moy nimbrole tata santo ndata Yusufa Sane yanka ha ngani molu moy diamulalde andu amulunta ko ye modol le fa barbitum bina kibarol moy lale tala woro kibarol.
And who are these people?
Wallam jumalti nyimolti
who you believe they have killed?
Ko ilata mena ye fale.
That is because then at that time we don't know who and who. I just said maybe we'll know it in the evening.
And did they announce names later?
Of course, yes. These are the 5 people you name now.
So right there and then, your belief was that they have killed these 5 people, and you rushed to Ismaila Jammeh, Yusuf Jammeh, and you told him.
Yusuf Asane, yes.
Correct?
Yusuf Asane. Yes, sir.
Between that time and now, what has changed?
Pardon?
between that day and today, what has changed?
Well, it came out plain that those people have been killed. Nothing. That story had never changed.
By who?
By the junglers, and then Yaya Jammeh knew about it, and then Yaya Jammeh knew about it, Harry Sambu knew about it, Usman Sonko knew about it, Tumbul Tamba knew about it.
Abutun jongla so le fade, bari Harry Sambu ya long, Yaya Jammeh ya long, Tumbul Tamba ya long, Usman Sonko ya long.
And a report was sent to Yaya Jammeh that the mission was accomplished.
Yes.
And as a result, you believe that Yaya Jammeh, Harry Sambu, Usman Sonko, and Tumbul Tamba killed some people, and that's why you told Yusufa Jammeh.
I'm not saying, I do not say Tumbul, I'm not saying the people I named killed people. I said I believe these people have been killed. I didn't say Harry Sambu killed, neither did Usman Sonko kill.
No. You said...
I believe. But Council, if we want to stay here, we'll stay the whole day sticking. This is something we've passed. We all have to believe they've been killed. And then I gave you the opportunity to say, yes, that is my belief. Somebody can see it in a different way. They've been killed. And they've been killed. They were wrongly killed. They shouldn't be. Because Daba, like an individual, Daba was like a father figure to me.
And people would listen to the record, and then they would draw their conclusion. So let us move.
Yes. So I called.
Yes.
I went up and tried to call Bajinka to tell him not to come to the country because I had this. But Bajinka was adamant that he's going to come. So he came. And then some NIS were sent to arrest him. For some reason, he told them to go back. They are not the ones who are supposed to arrest him. They are soldiers. But then, he was just a lucky guy and lucky to be alive. So I was coming from the laundry. I took Jammeh's clothes. I was coming from the laundry. I saw Mustafa Sane. He was saying he had the opportunity to revenge because it was Bajinka who demoted him. Yes, he was demoted because, I'm sorry, interpreters, I have to go quicker because we want to finish this part.
Bajinka atemumole timeya lonko mantale bentaye katu ntefango nga katale ka kumandi Nigeria ka fay pura akana na banko kang bari ay kanja tamandije ako abinalale ando ama bay anatale yo bari bitu nata molu fanglu bulindile menu ya lonko iko yeta ya muta yo bitu fango kang nata Mustafa Sane je me ya lonko akabala julo jolale katu Bajinka le moti me ya tela palaso jindi.
Yes, because Mustafa Sane insubordinated second lieutenant Bulli Tamba at the time. So he was charged and demoted, but then now he had the opportunity to say yes, he's going to revenge on Bajinka.
Lieutenant Bulli Sane, Lieutenant Olema.
Bulli Tamba.
Bulli Tamba. Yo wembo atengani yo beole. Barbitung anataka nyale mameya lonko. Itelu inganiyo momenti Bajinka dal alale nata mantabe ngai mala ko la banta nyame
no ngame fo danko Bulli Tamba ay jutinale kelum sorry astaghfirullah Mustafa Sane ay jutinale kelum Bulli Tamba la inatala grade kilo bondi from corporal to lance corporal so wotumo Bajinka len commandati so itoli ajel isayin ated Mustafa Sane ajel ko sayin ay juro solo pour que jono Bajinka ko atane fo la grato tinya jindi.
Okay.
So when that happened, now some people were sent for Bajinka, and then I heard them talking. I just ran up, and then I took the phone because I could not call him with my number this time around. But our Jammeh's telephone were all private numbers, so I put the muffler on the speaker of the phone, and I said to him, "Listen, whatever you are doing, leave the country ASAP as soon as possible. A group of coming, if they meet you there, you are gone." So he wanted to know who it is. I said, I'm not there to tell you who I am. Just leave now.
Between telaje kumandi lang fason jamal lebije barbiring nata na borin tata dulato ngabajinka kumandi nga fenne mura telefono nyin dala pour kanan kan sute nka enko ibe tembe woto ibe dawo da fere ke banko bula sayin ni wonte itabanta ay nyinin karo ko jumalo nyinti barbitum ndeman naw faye.
And that's how he left the country.
That's how he left the country. Thank you very much. That is very important. So now let's come to the investigations that took place that March 2006.
March 2006.
At the NIA headquarters. There was a lot of torture of those who were arrested. They were beaten mercilessly. Correct?
Well, that is a hearsay because I've never ever attended that panel. I've never been there, sir.
But you had Tumbul and Musa Jame agreeing that instead of beating people where they were being arrested, they would be brought to the NIA and beaten there.
Barika moile NIA tumbul ni Musa Jamme ka kambe nyina pour molla ike muta da men ja ikana ilipaje bari sinati NIA tajire yawo to kodi.
No, there was no agreement. Musa Jamme told me that he had that he's advised Tumbul, let them stop beating people in town. Anyone they arrest, they start beating you from town. Before he said, if they have to beat anyone, let them take them to NIA and investigate. If he or she is guilty, then if they want to torture, they can torture, but they should not beat people outside because it's not going to say the good name to the president.
Bari natani yamaro di koy kanam molu bute sate o kono Musa Jammela kango ni be mo umondi mbute la ye muta ye samba NIA ning itatara ko tonya nyi mari silo bulale ni be bute roke la je isi bute NIA bari ya bula pour ka molu bute sate o kono katu wote president o to diala.
I know you have told us that you were not present at the NIA. Did you hear reports to Jame that these people were being beaten at the NIA?
No, never, sir. Never.
All right. So we leave 2006.
2006.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, let's take a step backwards.
Yes, sir.
In 2005, between 67 and 57 West African migrants came to the shores of this country.
Africa tilijindala banku dingo mol men bida fo talul nim fen wata fo talul nim fen inata banko kanjang.
And they were arrested.
Ye muta.
By the police.
Police ole muta.
And they were taken over custody by Bombardier and members of the state guard.
And menu ye nata ye ta police wol bulo kono katara ye la maroto wollem bombarde ani molla min yalon ko be do ko la mansara korda bar.
Tell us what happened as far as you know.
Afanyem bamben keta o Africa tilijindala banku dingo molla ko to itala londo de mel lonje.
You see, I was even surprised to see so many people like of Lamin Silla and others talking. To be honest, I didn't hear anything about this until years after. Then I was having a conversation with Jame. Sometimes this come up. But then at first, it was just a rumor. This is something that it was a highly secretive thing that not many people know about it.
Overlapping with the interpreters.
Oh, sorry.
Give them time to interpret. Could you say that again, please?
I said, this is something I was never privy to when it happened, to be honest. I think, in fact, we did hear a small rumor because I was an oddly. Sometimes something will happen in the state house for 1 or 2 months. I wouldn't even know. I was always with Jame upstairs. Yeah, so it's only those who are supposed to know will know. So after all, I think 3 years after this incident, one day we were talking. Because we were watching Sky News and this lady came up.
Yes.
We were watching.
You were watching
Sky News.
Which news?
This lady came up, Emma Harts.
Which news
Sky News.
outlet? Sky News, you said?
Sky News.
Okay.
Yes.
Proceed, please.
Emma Harts.
Emma Hart, yes.
So, and then I see he changed his face. It's like, he said, I don't like this lady. I said, Dad, why? He said, oh, you know, this lady is always talking, you know, he never talk good about Africa or especially when it comes to African leaders.
yo mbato nabe telejibe wala ngaje bring ema hat afindita television to drong aya nyakuya akonyi muso nyin ate abuka kukende fo mo finduma akatu kumakolengo le drong fola mo findula koluto wala nante ala kibarulu abuka nsewo.
What else?
So that came in, you know, we start talking. I can't remember all, and then until we reach with these Ghanaian issues.
Bitu tumole ngadia mo da mutang hakilo tabe mutanola de barin kachata wole nyama hanifon na diamo atatafuta nyingana nkola kuoma.
And then, you know, sometimes Jame, he's trying to warn me indirectly, but he's not telling me directly. Like, always let me be very, very honest to him.
Adun Jamme tuatio atinimbe kachala tumodo la karindandalale kumakango kono kafonye watu inyantale ye hakilotu.
So while we were talking, he said to me, you know, this Ghanaian incident, and I said, yes, sir. He said, this is giving him a big, big headache.
Bitu diamo konolom. Hanfu atafanya na atafoyaje nyingana nkola nyinkuo nyimbe kundi mibale dikana munda wale mnyinta ketai kola ya bale ti otembo.
Then these UN inspectors were in the country at the time.
Birinyi UN la nying kisikisirila nata Bangkok ngotumo.
So he said to me, Saihou, you see, sometimes when I get very mad with some of these people, they start coming and begging me.
Akonye Saihou yaje tumodolu nintata hanfu kamfata modolu kama dolu sibulina ibina ibendani la.
He said because before this Ghanaian, there was a first batch of foreigners that came into the country. Who were known to be migrants. He said they were intercepted and then they were searched. He said, but could you imagine this security? So you don't tell me who and who. He said, took all those people's money and then they briefed him. He did give Interpol the directive for them to be deported back to their various countries.
Akonye bitunko ya jele kolu na atake nyaming bari nyin security olu ka ko men dolu ke tumodolu biri nyin kafu folo menu nata na mbanko kan ye be mutale biri ye muta ye nyin molu la kololu be busila bitumbiri la kodolu taibulu wotumolo na ta feroke ye nyin molu be muta ye fintindi banko kan.
No. They advised, they informed me.
And
then he asked Interpol to deport them to their various countries. Proceed, please.
Exactly. So he said with this other batch, a lot of money was taken from them. And they went come back to him and lied to him. I'm telling him these people are mercenaries who came to took over his country, took over the country. And he said, I'm not trying to, I just want to be honest here. He said, based on like what they gave him as advices or whatever proofs they have from those people saying they said this, they said that.
And I remember no tomoko ate yakuma kango mensoto nyi molu bulu ye menu na yakuma kango menu sindi atema nyi molu la kuoto.
So it's like because Musa Jame and Tumbul was in between coming and reporting and other people reporting to him. I don't know who we just mentioned few names.
Amunta memfodun konyi mofulo Musa Jame ni Tumbulu animo kotangolu wolle bina kampurka na kumolu fire wo mo kotangolu maolo mbare anyi mofulo lu tofale.
He said, "Say they lied to me and then they made me give the orders these people to be killed." He said, "Let them set an example."
Ye fania fonye kuma soto balo yole drom fonye adunga nata laba nyadi mune keta wole nata sabu hanu fonye molu yefa.
And he said to me that
okay ngakango di hanu fo police nyi molu fa.
Mr. Jallow.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, sir.
Yaya Jammeh told you.
Yaya Jammeh yinyimfo.
Yes, sir.
He ordered the killing of these Ghanaians.
Well, he said, let them teach them a lesson. Let them teach them a lesson. So that they will know anybody that they send, he is ready for them.
He ordered these people to be killed.
No. I'm sorry if I said that is by mistake, sir.
Pardon?
If I had said that is by mistake, sir.
No,
allow me to come. He said he's been given the impression these people were mercenaries.
He was misled into believing that these people were mercenaries. Yeah. That's what he told you. Yeah,
yes, because he said to me, if you can see, remember the first batch, he asked them to be returned back home.
Okay.
But this time round, after eating these people's money, there was all the deals failed. They branded them as mercenaries.
And then?
So, and then he told them, because from the information he's getting from whether it's true or not, he asked them to make sure they deal with them. No, allow me to come.
Saihou, you are changing.
Listen, they were being executed. He knew about it. Yes, of course, on his orders. You see, if I start talking, you have to allow me to finish.
You have said it twice.
Yes.
He ordered them to be killed.
Yes, he said, let them deal with them. And Musa Jammeh came and said, let them finish them up.
Yo adum nata musaja menata kafoko inyanta molu finish la ke turobang wala mke laba.
You have held the
Listen,
Quran.
Council, I am telling you,
the question.
The killing came from him.
Just hear the question.
Yes.
You have sworn an oath on the Quran. You have kissed the Quran several times and sworn to speak the truth.
That's what I'm saying. He said,
just hear me out.
Let them deal with them. So it means the orders came from him. Deal with them. They kill them from his orders.
Okay, and I'll ask you the question again. Yaya Jammeh ordered the execution of these West African migrants.
That's a hearsay from him. Yes.
Could you answer now?
That is a hearsay from him, yes.
So he told you that?
Well, I do know that he said let them be dealt with, yes.
He told you that?
Yes, let them be dealt with, yes. Let them set an example.
And these people were executed on the basis of his orders?
Well, he didn't tell me they were executed based on his orders. He said let them be dealt with.
Okay, but you know that these people were killed?
I do not know, like I said, until when this testimony started at the TRC, I was surprised to see some of the names we name here as part of those who were part of it, to be honest, because it's need to know basic. I have no idea who and who was there.
Yes, I take it you don't know who and who was there.
Yes, sir. What I do know is what he told me, that he was being lied to, saying these people were mercenaries. Yes, sir.
And on the basis of that, he ordered that they be
dealt with.
They be killed.
The word execute didn't come. He said to be dealt with, and let them set an example.
And did Yaya Jammeh know that they were killed?
How can 45 people also be killed without him knowing, if he have already given orders for them to be dealt with? So obviously the word dealt with, what does it mean? It depends on between him and those who did the execution. But what I do know is he wasn't comfortable when the UN inspectors were in the country.
But isn't it the case that Yaya Jammeh just hated Emma Hart because he was busy saying that these Ghanaians were killed in the Gambia? Isn't that the case?
Pardon?
Isn't it the case that Yaya Jammeh hated Emma Hart because she was busy campaigning or raising awareness that West African migrants were
obviously,
yes,
yes.
Wolem nyinti wobenyi lankene marola kaitan diko yenyin ganiano lufa Gambia banko le kang
So as at the time you were having this conversation with Yaya Jammeh, it was already public knowledge that about 57 West African migrants were killed in Gambia.
Between what we met in Yaya Jammeh be okachala. Nyinketa kulondingoleti nyimbanko kanko. Membitala mo talulu ni woro nyong. Men keta nyimmo findu triji banko dingoluti. Ye ulubefa nyingambia banko le kan wolon tale wotumo.
Sir, I was never in the picture of all those things. You will be surprised because, like I said, as an oddly, some of these things happen, you didn't even know. But then, I only knew the UN inspectors were here and he wasn't comfortable with it. But with the revelation from the TRC, made me know so many things that I thought I knew him very well. On the whole, I don't.
Kujamale katamanu utumo meni alonko. Akawati tale fangjan nintebe bula kalama bari brinti Trrc be kekan jam mol kana jay ka diamu utumo le fangu ndena tabu kujala jama kalama ngamira num fango ko ngani mari lonne bari yara utumo mabal lonna.
Well, we have had the junglers.
Na jonglers solu moy janne.
They testified that they carried out the order to execute these 56 West African migrants.
Nying jongla solu ya fule ko bitu itelie kangole tamandi puru nying mo findula nyintiliji banku udai lalu mo talulu ni woro ya tamandi kangole kampur kawulu befa.
And just a moment, some of the victims who escaped the execution described somebody who everybody knew was bombarded as being involved in the arrest and execution of these Ghanaians, of these West African migrants.
Mo soton mo lumeni alonko ikanata nye mo findula nyintiliji banko dingulu kono wolunata menna kumo foko yo mari leje me ya lonko ye bulo la nyin Ghanaian lukang wonata ke moleti ka fo me ye bombarde andum bitum wala nata ke moti me ya lonko yate sute ya foko fanan adabe mo lo kono men ye bulo la nyin Ghanaian lukang.
And even the guards who were there testified saying that it was Bombardier and others who came to pick up the Ghanaians, the West African migrants.
Hani kantar la lumenu bije ulfanali ni CDRO le keko Bombardier ni dole nata meni alonko wole ni ganan ko lube ka funyoma ye muta ini tata ye samba.
And at this time, where was Bombardier walking?
State House.
State House.
Where was Tumbul Tamba walking?
State House.
Could you answer now?
State House.
State House.
And according to Malik Jata and others, it was Tumbul Tamba who gave them the orders.
Malik Jata ya fanyame Tumbul Tamba ole yamaro di la pour kanyim molta ke samba. Katefa.
And after all this, you heard all this, and then you recalled your conversation with Jammeh. Him expressing regret that Tumbul Tamba misled him by telling him that these people were mercenaries.
Sir, wait, sir. I never said he said Tumbul Tamba misled me. He said he was being misled by security apparatus, but he never tell me who and who.
Nanyum foko security le ba filindi kambari man Tumbul tof.
Okay, all right, better still. And he regretted the decision he made. But in fact, what he regretted is the consequence of the decision, which is that these victims have died, these migrants have died. They were murdered.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Do you want me to come up, sir?
Well, I want you to confirm.
Yes, because, you know, like, let me say this. Because when you said I had all this revelation at the TRC. In fact, I did try to reach out to Bomba, and I said, Bomba, you of all people, what put you into this? But he didn't want, he said, listen, let them say what they want to say, but that's not the truth. Whenever I come, I'll tell them the truth. And I said to him, you know what, I'm ready to send you whatever you need to go and set the light. I said, because I'm very disappointed to hear your name involved in the killing of 40-something people. So obviously, I cannot say much about whether what Malik said was true or not, because I was not privy to anything that happened there. I say I only knew after this after a few years. Please.
The important thing here is the confession that Yaya Jammeh made to you.
Yes, that Tumbul had misled him in so many things. In fact, after that, you can see, I told you he dissolved the junglers because he realized so many missions are being carried based on lies.
Okay, but even at that, his hatred for Emma Hart was so deep that he wanted Emma Hart dead together with other people. In fact,
well,
he came up with a list of people he wanted dead.
Spiritual fight.
Tell us about the story.
Yes, because he feels most of the people, those people that you have in your list, were his enemies, and these are people who want to see him down. They don't want to see him in power. So we have to make sure he do everything possible to protect himself against them. Yes.
By seeing them dead spiritually.
Well, not some of them not dead, because in fact he even made relationship with some of them, but to make sure not like Mandinka Kafoka the city.
Saihou.
Listen.
Before.
Yes.
And what you
I told you
is that Yaya Jammeh wanted these people dead, and he was going to fight them spiritually.
Not all of them dead. He want to make sure they never talk about him, not to kill them, sir. Don't put words in my mouth, sir.
Allow the interpreter to. What I'm saying is, you gave me a list.
Yes.
And you said Yaya Jammeh wanted all these people on this list dead.
No, not to talk about him anymore. Not all of them dead.
He wanted them dead spiritually. That's what you told me.
Not all of them. He said some of them, he don't want them to talk about him again. Let's say the UN inspectors. He wanted to make sure this thing will never come out.
Amanke beti de baribitung foko dolu be kono alaftale purukaje ko wulu ikanala kumofo kotake imanyana kadia muhanifo ikasi ikatela kumofo.
How did you get the list?
This list was prepared and then given to somebody, and he gave them to some of his trusted marabouts, and they called me and said, come and see whether you have any of your friends here. That's how I got the list from them.
Bitum nyingi ye kaito nyinde dale hanfo ya prende purka di morol la bitum mono ata soto meyen kumandi ha akonya molle tolu fele safari njande na jube fodum iteri betar la nyilu kono le bang ngani kaito lu soto ngole nyama.
Because Jammeh don't have the power to kill the. He wrote them. Yahya Jammeh, yes, the former president.
Are you saying he wrote the list by his hand?
Yes, sir.
You said yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you have the list with you? I have my copy.
I don't have the list, but I think I have a WhatsApp message that you sent me.
Okay, you open yours in your WhatsApp, and I will read it out from here.
Council, is there a date on the list?
No date. No date. It's just a list of names.
Yes.
So may I start reading them out?
Yes, sir.
Or maybe you want to read it out yourself.
Either way, sir.
Read it out yourself.
Kukoy Samba Sanyang.
Kukoy Samba Sanyang.
Panderimbay.
Panderimbay.
Esa Bokarsi.
Read the full name.
Esa Bokarsi.
Esa Bokarsi.
Esa Hawa Bokarsi.
Esa
Hawa Bokarsi, yes.
Yes, read the full name because that is important, huh?
Maître Abdoulaye Wade, Senegalese president.
Aning Abdoulaye Wade, Senegal la président.
Karim Wade.
Karim Wade.
Sanabi Sabali.
Ah?
Sanabi Sabali.
Sanabi Sabali.
Saihou Sabali.
Saihou Sabali.
Ousseynou Dabo.
Ousseynou Dabo.
Halifa Salah Doy.
Halifa Salah Membe Doy.
Henry Gomez.
Henry Gomez.
GPDP.
GPDP. Dr. Boro Susil.
No, you missed the name.
Ahmad Ba.
William Jibari.
Ahmad Ba.
Ahmad Ba.
Ahmad Ba.
Dr. Boro Suso.
Dr. Boro Suso.
Lieutenant Landin Sane.
Lieutenant Landin Sane.
Baba Kajali Job.
Aning Baba Kajali Job.
Serif Ba Job.
Serif Ba Job.
Pasala Jan.
Pasala Jan.
Ibrahim Ismaila Chongan.
Ibrahim Ismaila Chongan.
Captain Edward David Singate.
Captain Edward David Singate.
Captain Peter Singate.
No. Look at it again.
I don't know.
Lieutenant Colonel Peter Singate.
Yeah, Lieutenant Colonel Peter Singate.
Lieutenant Colonel Peter Singate.
Tombon Seidi.
Tombon Seidi.
Turo Jaune.
Turo Jaune.
Duta Kamaso.
Duta Kamaso.
Fode Makalo.
Fode Makalo.
Ousseynou Mbenga.
Ousseynou Mbenga.
There is another name just in the box created on the right.
Former SOS Justice Keba Sanyang.
Justice Keba Sanyang.
Next.
Samuel Sarr, Minister of Energy Senegal.
Samuel Sarr, Minister
Energy Senegal.
Memmarta Malafengol la Senegal.
Sheikh Tidiane Gajo.
Juma Sheikh Tidiane Gajo.
Minister of
Foreign Affairs
Senegal.
Wala Minister di membe Senegal ni bandala bankolu tema.
Baboucar Blaise Ismaila Diagne.
Ismaila Diagne.
Baboucar
Blaise Ismaila Diagne.
Blaise Compaoré, Burkina Faso.
Blaise Compaoré, membe Burkina Faso.
President Blaise Compaoré, Burkina Faso. Read it all.
President
Blaise Compaoré, Burkina Faso.
Next.
President Muammar al-Gaddafi, Libya.
President Muammar al-Gaddafi, member Libya.
Idrissa Seck, Senegalese former Prime Minister.
Idrissa Seck, Senegal Prime Minister Koto.
Alaji Bora, I don't know, Manjang or Mara?
Manjang.
Alaji Bora Manjang.
Manjang.
Bora Manjang.
Awad Sise Sabali.
Awad Sise Sabali.
Amina Fall Sonko.
Amina Fall Sonko.
Antuman Gay, lawyer.
Lawyer Antuman Gay.
Ablaye Kujabi Dobong.
Ablaye Kujabi Dobong.
Ansumana Kujabi.
Dobong.
Ansumana Kujabi Dobong.
Mustafa James Kujabi.
Dobong.
Mustafa James Kujabi Dobong.
Alaji Maifati GMC Party.
Alaji Maifati GMC Party.
So the two other names, Sidia Jata and Buru, I think it's a repetition of the first names.
What?
Yes. Sidia Jata, PDOIS.
Sidia Jata, Doi.
And then?
Dr. Buros, is it Boro? Boro Suso.
Dr. Boro Suso.
Again, second.
Again.
Lieutenant Bakari Kamara.
And no, Dr. Sirif Sise.
Dr.
Sherif Sise, yes. Lieutenant Bakari Kamara.
Lieutenant Bakari Kamara.
Superintendent Malafi Sanyang.
Superintendent Malafi Sanyang.
Mariama Jack Dentin.
Mariam Jack Dentin.
Modu Kadi Cham.
Modu Kadi Cham.
Madike Sipiter Jallow.
Madike Sipiter Jallow.
Yes.
Next page.
Sabanjang, sorry.
Panelis
Suare. Panyeling
Suare.
Karamo Fati
Sali Kenya.
Karamo Fati Kenya.
Lieutenant Colonel Hussein Nur Cham.
Lieutenant Colonel Hussein Nur Cham.
Major Khalifa Bajinka.
Major Khalifa Bajinka.
Zag Zigno.
Ima?
Zak Zignu.
Zak Zignu.
Emma Hart.
Emma Hart.
Peter Gomez.
Go back. Emma Hart. And what follows?
Sky News.
Thank you.
Ima?
Emma Hart.
Emma Hart, Sky News.
Emma Hart, Sky News.
And that was the lady who was busy
Yes.
disseminating information about the execution of the West African migrants in Gambia. Correct?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Peter Gomez, Radio Gambia.
No. Is it radio announcer? Or is it radio Gambia?
Radio announcer, yes.
Yes, it's radio announcer. Yes.
Juma?
Peter Gomez.
Peter Gomez.
Papsen, the Point newspaper.
Juma?
Say it again.
Papsen.
Papsen.
Point newspaper.
Point newspaper.
Madi Cisse.
Anim Madi Cisse.
Journalist.
Journalist.
Journalist Fatou Jaumane, journalist.
Journalist Fatou Jaumane.
Babukar, the same Babukar Ismail Bless Jan, US.
Babukar Bless Ismail Jan, UN.
Member UN.
UN. Yes, Modou Cisse, UN.
Modou Cisse, Ufanambe UN.
Ablai Balde, Senegal.
Ablai Kande, Senegal.
Ablai Balde.
Ablai Balde, Senegal.
Fode Makalo.
Ah?
Fode Makalo.
Fode Makalo, yo fole num.
Kora Sala.
Ah?
No, Koro Sala, Sweden.
Koro Sala, Sweden.
Correct?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Go ahead.
The rest is not clear here. I cannot read them, to be honest.
It's Lieutenant Yankuba Baji.
Lieutenant
Yes.
Yankuba Baji.
Formerly
Kanilai Camp Commander.
Kanilai Post.
Kanilai Post.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Modamin Sidat Job.
Mamadou Lamin Sidat Job.
Mamadou Lamin Sidat Job.
Bakary Ndiaye.
No.
Former
Dr.
Gamtel.
Sirif Cisse. Dr. Sirif Cisse.
Oh, Dr. Sirif Cisse.
Again, a second time. Go ahead.
Mr. Bakary Ndiaye, former Gamtel.
Yes, continue.
Jibril Jobate, USA.
Mr. Bakary Ndiaye, what followed?
Gamtel.
Formerly of Gamtel. Correct?
Formerly member of Gamtel.
Yes.
And then?
Jibril Jabate, USA.
Jibril Jabate, member America.
Last, I don't know who is Modlamin, I don't know who it is.
It's not clear.
Yes.
Okay.
So let me make this point very clear here.
Yes.
You see, there was a time they formed NAD. Now, is it the coalition government?
No, not a government, a coalition party.
Yes, so most of these people, their names were there because he believed these were people who are going to come to form up a government against him, like when you go to campaign. Yes, so he has to make sure he can do anything in powers. Here, let me make it clear, it wasn't to kill them, but to make sure they will never come together and form a coalition against him.
Abe kule taman la me alon ko nyimolu te silo sotonna pour se ben ka campagne ke pour bate wulindi la nyame.
Mr.
No, allow me to come. No, please.
In a coalition with any one of these people?
But I said some. I said some.
Was Sana Sabali going to be in a coalition with any of these people?
Council, if you allow me to talk, I can explain every single thing in details.
No, what I notice is sometimes you backtrack from things that you have said.
I'm not backtracking. I have to explain because there are so many names there. I have to explain from what I know.
Mr. Witness, the information you gave me was that he wanted these people to die to be killed spiritually.
No. I said these opposition leaders were there. They, because what I'm saying, there are evidences, please.
Look, if it was just to keep their mouths, why would these sherings, these marabouts, call you to check whether you have a relative in the list? If it was
that's why no. Allow me to come. I said some people, the oppositions, it was never to kill whatever happened to them, but it would, because listen, when Jam, in fact, he was advised in a million years, let him never ever arrest Lawyer Dabo, because as long as Lawyer Dabo is free, there will never be coalition in Gambia. Yes, he was giving that advice in a million years. At the same time, Fatma Tambajan, when he came out, I spoke to some people. I said, this is the end of Jami, because he was giving the advice, there'll come out a lady, let him, if that lady come out of campaign, he can let him do everything possible to make sure he get lady on his side. If not, that's the end of his regime. I spoke to some people, they were kind of like, no, I said it's going to happen.
Katu ni muso findita hanfo inindoli nyomo kambe ngoketa ate munta atela kulbeda na woleto.
Council, I am talking from what I knew because I was very close to him.
The point I am making is,
yes,
what you told me,
yes,
was that this list were the list of his worst enemies, correct?
Sir, like I said, Edward David Singate, Yaja may never seen as an enemy. In fact, I can tell you even how Edward got dismissed. If you allow me to explain and believe in what I'm going to say, not what here and there, sir.
That is not so relevant. Let's stick to this point, yes, and we finish it and we moved on. You told me out of the commission hearing that this is the list of his worst enemies.
He didn't see them, all of them, as people. Some are his enemies, yes, but some are oppositions that he don't want them ever to come together to form a party against them. That's what I'm against him. That's what I'm saying. This is what brings Ahmad Ba, Sidia Dab, Sidia, and others there. But not to see them dead, never.
Amalla fi waliye kafu nyoma yeden na patio londi purkate kelendi political la karola purka boindi,
because he was advised if as long as Lawyer Dabo is free, there will never be a coalition. That's why when he arrested Lawyer Dabo, that was the end of his story.
We are going to a different topic.
Yes.
Let's stick to this issue.
Yes.
The purpose of this list is that he wanted these people neutralized. Because
when you said all of them,
inconvenience to him, correct?
No, sir.
Well, that's not what you said. Okay, let me read out our conversation.
Yes.
When this issue of this list came up,
yes,
this is what you said. These are the people who he thinks were his worst enemies.
Yes, some of them, yes.
That is from you.
Yes.
You had previously told me that he wanted them dead. That's why he gave the names to his marabouts. And the marabouts call you to check whether there is any of your relative on the list. And for that reason,
sir,
I sent you, just a moment, I sent you a message. And I said he wanted them killed. And then you said, you gave me a correction, spiritually. So clearly, clearly, what the information you gave me was that he wanted these people dead spiritually. And that is why
allow me to come here, sir. We do have to be
between people on the list. It's just a...
Okay. We can't have a push and pull on here. Why would Jammeh want Blaise Diagne to be killed spiritually or Gaddafi and other people? What I'm trying to tell you here is simple. You look at, let's say Ibrahima Chongan
would be in a coalition with my party. Did you believe that
Blaise Compaoré, I said Blaise Compaoré and Gaddafi.
Just a moment. Did you believe that Blaise Diagne was going to be in a coalition with Samuel Sarr, Minister of Senegal? Do you believe that Blaise Diagne was going to be in coalition with President Blaise Compaoré? Do you believe that he was going to be in coalition with Idrissa Seck? Do you believe that he was going to be in coalition with Antoumane Gueye, who never dabbled in politics? Do you believe that he was going to be in coalition with Ansoumana Kujabi? Do you believe that he was going to be in coalition with Mustafa James Kujabi? Do you believe that he's going to be in coalition with Sidi Ajata? This is a job.
So will you give me, okay, you have your own belief. You have your own belief. Allow me to explain every single thing. If I said on the text and you don't want me to say exactly and explain, a text was a shortened thing. You came up, you want them killed. I said, no, spiritually. But here I'm telling you, not everyone who was on that list. And I said, I will take an example. Ibrahima Chongan. Yeah, Jammeh, with anytime we talk, he spoke highly of Chongan. He said he's one of the most honest police officers I've seen. And then, allow me to come, sir. Pardon? Well, if people say that, what I do know is we did have conversations about Chongan, Jaiso, and these people always talk about them, highly of them, please. He even said openly on TV, everyone had it.
He admired him, yet he hated him.
Well, I'm not going to say the word hate. I do know he admired him. He said he's the most honest person he's ever worked with. In fact, with Jaiso, he was trying to make sure Jaiso is back. Pardon?
Okay. All right. Who in this list did he want dead?
Spiritually. Who goes Sambasanya number one?
So Kukai was to die. Next.
Spiritually, yes.
Was he to die?
No, to stop talking about him at all.
But that's visceral hatred for Panderi.
Well, because at the time we all knew Panderi at the time he was always on top of Jammeh. We all knew that.
Counsel and witness, can you just give maybe a minute or two for the interpreters, for them to just give a gist of what list you're talking about? I think the people need to know.
Well,
exactly
here is a list. Let me help
or maybe you can help them.
Give them. Here is a list. A 3-page document. And is a list handwritten by Jammeh. And he's named a lot of individuals. About close to 40. Or a little more. Whom, according to the witness, when he first spoke to me, these people were Jammeh's worst enemies.
He see them as his enemies, yes.
He wanted them dead spiritually.
No.
Just a moment, I'm just recapping. So he prepared this list and gave it to his marabouts. When the marabouts received the document, they called him and explained to him that they have received this list from Jammeh. Whether or not he has any relative on the list. So he took the list from them and refused to give it back to them. So he kept the document. And he kept it with someone who was able to send it back to us for the purposes of this hearing. The witness now says that everybody in the list was meant to die spiritually. there were some in the list whose mouths were just meant to be zipped. So that they wouldn't go about talking about Jammeh. I see you shaking your head. Are you shaking it in agreement?
Yes.
Thank you very much. So now,
thank you. That's a good summary.
Now I want you to tell the commission who was meant to die and whose mouths were meant to be zipped.
Panderimba was not to talk about him anymore.
Panderi was zip mouth?
Yes. So any opposition member being named there was never, so that they will never ever come together to form a coalition against him.
Okay.
Opposition molu menu fanalu tolu fota jey pour wolu nene kana nyomoy ka kafu nyoma pour isilo ka fero ke pour kate boyindi.
And
any Senegalese what's the name, diploma or whatever being named there, so that they will never ever have the chance to say they will sponsor the oppositions to work against him.
Wala nyinti Senegal ngol menu fanalu tolu fota jey ikana fere soto ikana sila soto nyaw nyandi nyama men ya lonko isi kuta mandi mensike makoy roti ite Gambia la Karola.
Because it came at a time he and Ablaye Wade, their relationship was no more good.
Kadu nyinata wato la wato mengatening Ablaye Wade temo e mantara diaring.
And then Gaddafi was a friend of Baba Job.
Andung Gaddafi fana nata ke moleti me ya lonko Baba Job terilom.
Yes, but okay, let's say Ibrahim Chonga.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes.
You have changed your mind.
I didn't. You know, you want me to lie, and I'm not going to lie. I have to be very honest to Gambians. Listen, this have to be very. I have to be fair to everybody.
You have to hear the question first.
Yes.
Okay. Show me what in the document showed who was to die and whose mouth was to be zipped.
I can't name everybody. I can't name everybody because you have so many names there, Council.
No, listen to the question.
Yes.
The document contained just a list of names.
Yes.
Okay? Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Is there anything in the document which shows
yes.
who was to die
yes.
and whose mouth was meant to be zipped?
Okay, this is, well, what happened is like when I took the document from them, I did had a conversation with Jammeh, and he's always been complaining about this coalition. He want to make sure they will never form a coalition against him. Example, when they form NAT, you know, you look at it, NAT even doesn't go.
Answer my question. You are now
I can tell you
a different question.
I am not there to tell you who he want to die. I'm trying to tell you the conversation I had with him, Council. He told me he want to make sure they will never ever come together to form a coalition against him. But the rest are seen as his enemies.
We are talking about your conversation with the marabouts.
Yes, because they came and said to me, look at this to see whether any of your friends is here.
Just hear me out. How were the marabouts to know who was to die and whose mouth was meant to be zipped?
Because there was. You see, when they came, they were lodged at Matar Jaju's place.
Yes.
When they came, they were lodged at somewhere else.
Where?
You know Matar Jaju, the Rasula.
No.
Well, some people may know him. Most of the things happen between them. You know what I mean? But sometimes, let me be honest here, sometimes I do make interpretations when they come to Jammeh, yes.
In fact, when this list was being prepared, You were present. You were interpreting.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
But this is the information you provided before.
I've never given you that information. I said they called me. No, listen, sir. I said they called me because they also knew me now. They've been coming for long. There are things that he would not like me to know, and he didn't get me involved.
Okay, all right. But you see, the problem with this testimony,
yes,
is that these guys were given a list.
Yes.
Some to die, and some whose mouths were meant to be zipped.
Yes.
Some who were never to come in a coalition together.
Yes.
Some who were not to provide funding.
Yes.
So you have a list of people who were not, who were to suffer different things, correct?
Yes.
Show me what in the document was the distinguishing factor. How were they to identify who was to die, who was not to provide funding, whose mouths were to be zipped, and those who were never to come to a coalition?
What I do know is, like, when I had that conversation with these marabouts, they categorically told me some are there. They said opposition members to form a coalition. But the reason why I have to come for this to make sure they never form coalition, the reason why I came for the paper, he said they don't know who and who were there. Suppose they say that maybe just for a spiritual fight. That's what I said. And that's the time they asked me to take the paper and then tell them who and who are, like, if I have friends there. And I said, listen, I knew people here, don't even do it. And I took the paper from them. So that happened between me and the marabouts.
Okay,
kabirin ñim moro la ñin kaytol soto yen kumandi la ka jube fom te teri tije because kabirin ñim listo be tafela man son pour ngalo membe keri so kabirin te tata e konye ko a jube fo ka funyo dol tijam because ñin listo be mo jamal le bijan dol bije ako wol bu opposition pour ikana kambe ikana silo soto ye ka political form against him dol bije pour wol kane mako ka kono dile la pour campagne against him ikono bar dol bija ko nga wol doku pour tora fo fa so pour ntenga na nga jube fonte tere nyol bije ndefana tan ka kayto tay bulun koy ko amanko ali alo munen alkana ke fanale ani kala fa ali akele but alkana fa ko ndena kayto nyintale
but hold on, let the interpreter just come back.
No, what happens is if
he has already interpreted.
He has interpreted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Witness, I have asked you this question. But perhaps before then, let me just ask the cameraman to show the list on the screen so that people.
I do have the list with me here. You sent it to me on WhatsApp. I do have the list.
Yes. I mean, let the camera people show the list on the screen so people would see what is the subject of the conversation.
Yes.
Obi-Wan, please pick the shot.
How many pages there, Council? 4? 3?
Could you zoom into it? I can clearly see the names of Usainu Dabo, Halifa Sallah, PDOIS, Henry Gomez, GPDP, Hamad Ba, Dr. Boro Suso, Lieutenant Landing Sane, Baba Kajali Job, Sirif Ba Job, Pasala Jang, Ibrahima Ismaila Chongan, Captain Edward David Singate, Lieutenant Colonel Peter Singate, Tombong Sedi, Turo Jaune, Duta Kamaso, and then I couldn't read the thing under the logo. Okay, show the other page. Obi-Wan, pick the shot, please. Yes, Samuel Sarr, Minister of Energy, Senegal, Cheikh Tidiane Gadio, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Baboucar Blaise Ismaila Diagne, President Blaise Compaoré, Burkina Faso, Mohamed Gaddafi, Libya, Idrissa Seck, Senegal, former Prime Minister, Alaji Bora Manjang, Hawa Cissé Sabali, Amina Fall Sonko, oh my God, Antuman Gay lawyer, Abdoulaye Kujabi Dobong, Usman Kujabi Dobong, Mustafa James Kujabi Dobong, Alaji Maifati GMC Party, Sidi Ajata PDOIS, Dr. Boro Suso, Dr. Sirif Sise, Lieutenant Bakari Kamara, and then the others I could not read it because of the position of the camera. Lieutenant Bakari Kamara, Mariam Jack Dentin, Momodou Kadi Cham, Madike Sipiter Jallow. Give us the third page. The third page, the print is not very good. It would be difficult. It would be difficult to get it, but let's give it a shot.
Counsel, does the witness have the signature page with Jammeh's signature?
The person who kept the document said he cannot find the last page, which contained the names of the United Nations personnel and Jammeh's signature. but I know 100% that this is Jammeh's handwriting. In fact, we have a sample of his handwriting here in some of the memos. We are certain that this is Jammeh's handwriting, no doubt.
Lata nyina ko nyimuya Jammeh la safero de kadu nga sampulo nga misalo dol soro jana yalon ko ate fangole kayto dol sabe mi yalon ko memo le menu tamata ala office kono lata nyina ko nyimma la safero.
So with this, Mr. Witness, I ask you this question. What in this document was to identify in this 40 to 50 names who was to die, whose mouth was to be zipped, who was not to provide financial assistance, who was not to go in a coalition, who was to leave Jammeh in peace? What in this document was there to show it?
There is nothing there to show it. But what I do know is like, let's say for the opposition, this is not the first time he's been doing it. He's been doing it for so long that they will never ever come together to form a coalition against him. That's there. Okay. With the Senegalese...
This list you had given us as the list, the to-die list. But
no, I never said to die, please. Okay. Don't put words in my mouth.
No. Actually, I have produced the messages. You said... The
message, okay, right. But the message doesn't go in detail. You said died, and I said no, maybe spiritually, but you didn't give me the chance to say everything. Okay. Let us be honest here, sir. The whole world is watching.
You've stated your position. The commission has noted it.
Yes.
Let's move on.
All right, sir.
Okay. There is still a lot of ground to cover.
Just before you leave that, Mr. Jallow, as there is no date on this list, do you recall when you were given this list? What time?
This is sometime around 2007 or 8. Certainly before election, it could be. Before not this the other election, because he wanted to make sure they will never ever come together to make a campaign against him.
2007, you would think. 8.
Yeah, something of that nature.
Okay. Now, Mr. Witness, on the list, we can add the 57 West African migrants who were killed in Gambia.
That wouldn't be fair to Jammeh, because on the list, not all of them were to die, and not all of them die. I'm not going to say, well, if you want to add it, go ahead, but I will never ever add that, sir. Because Lawyer Dabo, one thing I do know, even in campaign, if someone started to insult Lawyer Dabo, he said, no, cease it. He never accept it.
Listen to the question.
Yes.
Okay. I said, on the list of killings by Jammeh, we can add the 57 West African migrants who were executed in Gambia?
No, that's not fair, no.
Why?
No. Because they are alive and he don't have the intention to kill them. Why would you add people who are alive to people who are dead? That's not fair.
Are you with us?
Yes, sir, I'm with you.
Ye ganan kolu menu fa Gambia banko kanjang abe
Yes.
wole ma puru kawlu fana lu lafa ni modolu kam men ya lonko ila saya lonta ye fa ni banko kan abe wala ma ama fa ni list me ila banta falaten wontende
Oh. Well, with the Ghanaians, I have no say in that. I'm only saying those who I knew they died. The Ghanaian, I have no idea about it. I don't know who and who was behind it. So if you wish to go ahead, sir, with due respect, you can go ahead, sir.
But he confessed to you.
Yes.
Do you need anything more?
I'm asking you, sir, with due respect, do you need me to say anything more than what you know now?
You are the one testifying. I'm not the one giving evidence.
I am giving it to you back because I am saying the conversation I had with him.
Just hear the question. Jame confessed to you that he ordered that these people...
No. Point of rectification, sir.
Okay.
Jame have never given, I have to be honest here. I have to be fair to the Gambians and fair to anyone who's listening to me here. He have never told me, Saihou, I gave the orders for them to be killed. Hear me out here. He said he have been misled by Tumbul on so many occasions, and the security came and told him these people were mercenaries. And and then he gave orders for them to be dealt with, only to realize most of the things that Tumbul have been telling him in life were all lies. He's been saying this so that I can be honest to you.
Just hear me out. Do you believe that Tumbul, Bombardier, and the rest of the junglers, Mali Jata and others, would go and kill 57 people in Gambia, and Jame did not sanction it?
Sir, with due respect, I can't answer that because I do know people that are sent to Mile to without Jame knowing. So this is something that is way beyond me because I wasn't there when orders were given.
We know the answer because you told us before.
I said he did say Tumbul misled him. He did say these people are branded as mercenaries.
Just listen.
Yes,
Previously you told us
yes, sir.
Nobody in his right mind in Gambia.
Yes, sir.
Would they kill these people, 5 people? And Jame did not authorize it. You told us that here.
Sir, you missed the point. I said we talk about Lawyer Silla and then Jame's ward and then General Baji's ward. I said about the 2006 problem. I said Jame was being brief. You have brief and debrief. So I said I don't think Tumbul was smart enough.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
After this hearing,
yes, sir.
Go back and revisit what you have said.
Sir, with due respect, I have this in my memory for the past 20 years. I have nothing to revisit. I have everything in my head.
Okay.
But I do not want to say things that I didn't hear from him, sir. All what I'm trying to tell you.
Mr. Jallow, you have to listen. You cannot,
all right, sir.
We cannot just be talking over one another. You have to listen.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. I'm sorry about that.
You told the commission before that no right-thinking person would do that, would kill people here in this country, you see, among the soldiers, without Jame sanctioning it. You told us
I've never said that, sir. Over 1 million people are watching me. I've never said that.
Okay, all right. Those over 1 million people would go back and watch the video.
Yes.
Okay. And people would show where you said it.
All right, sir.
And I can assure you that you did say it.
I didn't.
Okay, no problem, you did not.
Yes, sir.
Okay? You know that these Ghanaians were killed by the junglers. They confessed on national television and you saw it, you heard.
Sir, with due respect, would you underline the word no? Because this is an English term. You wouldn't say I know. I heard, but I didn't know.
Okay,
please.
Okay, you heard.
Yes.
And you also had Jammeh's confession to you.
That Tumbul Tamba and the security apparatus have misled him on so many things, that especially with the Ghanaians, because a group was being arrested and they were deported back home because of his orders. But this one, they took their money and then they came and gave him lies saying they are mercenaries. Yes, I did have that.
And that he ordered that they be dealt with.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So that he's ready and let them. Well, in the word dealt with, whether it was to kill them or not, I'm not there to interpret that. But from what I heard from the TRC, they've been killed.
Okay, but when Jammeh spoke to you, he was expressing his regret.
Yes, because Tumbul had lied to him on so many things.
Because he was misled into the action he took.
Yes.
Okay, and what we know from the junglers is that, well, they received orders to kill these people.
Well, that's what we heard from the junglers, but he didn't tell me kill. Not the word kill and dealt with is two different things.
What
yes,
you
sir.
are doing now is you are chickening out from your earlier position that he ordered
I will
people killed.
listen, sir. I make an oath, join the Gambian National Army to serve my country. I sat here today, took a Quran and swear to tell the truth. Whatever word I'm saying, I will be on my own. Kulli nafsi ja'atil maut. I'll be on my own in my graveyard. I have to be very honest.
Let me change the approach.
Yes, sir.
Accusations were made against Gambia government that
yes,
the
sir.
Gambia government killed these West African
yes, sir.
migrants.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Jammeh knew these accusations.
Yes, sir.
And that is why he disliked Emma Hart.
Yes, sir.
And the accusation was these were killed by Gambian forces.
Yes, sir.
Did Yaya Jammeh arrest any of the Gambian forces?
I've never seen so. And I've never heard about it.
Didn't, in fact, the government cover up the fact that these people were killed by Gambian forces?
Yes, from the revelation I'm hearing now, obviously, yes.
Could you answer now?
From what I'm hearing from the TRC, obviously, 100%, yes.
So you want to believe that Jammeh would go to the extent of covering up this execution if he had nothing to do with it?
Council, it's been said loud and clear. We had almost 1 week or 2 weeks of this testimony. I was equally shocked like any other Gambian, hearing and knowing all these people have been killed here. Yes, he knew about it, because if not, I don't think all these 40-something murder in this country will happen in such a magnitude. It's sad.
You are military. You are a,
yes,
you
sir.
Are a soldier. You are an
yes,
officer.
sir, I was. Yes, sir.
And you know the concept of command responsibility.
Yes, sir.
If soldiers under your command
yes, sir.
carried out a criminal offense, carried out a
yes,
criminal
sir.
act,
yes, sir.
and you know about it,
yes, sir.
and you do not punish them,
yes, sir.
and you guilty and you responsible for that crime under the law of command responsibility?
Obvious, of course, yes. I have to punish them. If I don't punish them, I knew about it.
Exactly. And
yes, sir.
did Jammeh arrest or punish anybody?
I've never heard about it.
So from there, wouldn't he be responsible for the crime? Under the law you
am I allowed to say collateral damage happened here because he's been lied to? I'm not there to say he let him be responsible or not. The court of law will prove that to him.
Okay, let's pursue that line.
Right.
Collateral damage existed here.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yes.
So he's been lied to, correct?
Yes. Yes.
He made a decision on the basis of that lie.
Yes.
That decision was implemented.
Yes.
He regretted the decision.
Because, yeah, he realized they lied to him, yes.
He regretted the consequence.
Yes.
And the consequence is the death of these Ghanaians?
From what I heard from the TRC, obviously, yes.
So who is responsible?
I will allow the commission to decide that. I'm not there to give that judgment, sir, with due respect.
Thank you very much. We would move on.
Yes, sir.
I know you are scared to call the kettle black.
Sir, ask those who know Saihou Jallow. There is no scared in my vocabulary.
Huh?
There is no scary in my vocabulary. Ask anyone who knows me. Those who know me will tell you who I am. I have no fear in me. I only fear of somebody that I wrong.
Maybe you are shy.
I am shy if I offend somebody, but I'm never shy to tell the truth.
For your dad.
I will never. If I was ashamed, I wouldn't say all the killer of mercy and others. I am here to tell the truth.
Okay.
Nothing else but the truth.
Okay, let us move on.
Yes, sir.
The commission would add 57 to the list. That would take us to 67 killings.
All right, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that you accept. Let's move on.
I did not accept about the other killings. Yes, sir. But okay. Let's go ahead. Yes, sir.
And now, let's talk about the witch hunting.
Can we talk about Fort Bullen and then we go to the witch hunting, or you want to go to witch hunting?
Let's go to the witch hunting. We would go to Fort Bullen.
Yes.
But let's first talk about the witch hunting.
Yes. It was.
Why was there a witch hunting in this country? It looks like there was a fascination for witches.
Yes.
at State House during those days. So tell us why.
Okay, you know, we spoke about Cisse, isn't it?
The story of Cisse Bujiling.
Yes, so what happened there? I had people saying this witch hunters were from Guinea-Conakry. They were not.
Yes, proceed.
This witch.
I have heard that these witches are from Guinea-Conakry. No, they are not.
How can Bual go from Guinea-Conakry?
No, but
no, Imambo Guinea-Conakry.
Proceed, please.
These people they are Guineans by nationality, but they were in Tambacounda in Senegal. And then they were introduced to Solo Bojan through the former deputy commissioner of URR. I can't remember this name. He's a small guy.
Wala mu kumandango nolan koti num base banko kan nyinata amari tolalde morin ngole morin do yaringo bari wala ni solo boja itandi nyola.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead.
So one day we went to Kanila. In fact, I was not supposed to go, and Jame asked me to join the convoy.
Lunkiling nyanta tala kanilai. Ndema nyantala nunde bari jamme fangole ko ngakafu convoyo ma molu meni yalon ko lebitaji.
We were at the 4 houses. There's a place, I think you guys have been there, 4 houses in Kanilai.
Ndata mfutata dinkirato 4 houses wale bunnano be dame.
Ha.
Mtata hanfo dinkirato bunnano be dame.
And then we were having barbecue.
Be barbecue la je wale subujani kanyimi kasubujani kanyimi.
Solo Bojan came with these people and they went inside one. Solo Bojan came with these people in a car.
Could you go one step backwards?
We were in Kanila having barbecue.
Proceed.
Solo Bojan came with these people. They went inside one. The Taj. It's not in the 4 houses, but there's another Taj house there. They went inside there with Jame and these people.
Bungol menu bije bung sabanjango bije dame ya lonko solo bojan na banke roto nyimolu idunta bungole kono ngamira ini jammele dunta je
So they start talking, and then there was a problem of misinterpretation or translation, sorry, to translate. I happen to be somebody who can speak Jola, Mandinka, Wolof, and Fula. So they call on me to come and interpret between them. So these people were telling him, like, if they have drums, if they drum the drums, like if they hit, must start doing their drummings. Wherever in which is he or she will come. So this become very interesting, even to me, to be honest. So Jammeh asked them Solo to take them to Kanilai.
Why?
And he said to tell the villagers there is a meeting, he himself is coming. So soldiers were assigned to go and give them protection.
And who were these soldiers?
At that time, I cannot name soldiers because there were many soldiers for the first day. Because yes, Solo Boja was there, yes.
Who else could you remember?
Myself, I was there.
And who else?
Young Mustafa Baji was there.
Mustafa Baji Bije.
Kankoli is a driver, he was there.
Kankoli.
We call him Kankoli, yes.
And who else?
And the July 22nd people were there, the boys and girls. Because there have to be drummers and there have to be people clapping.
Could you say that again, please?
The July 22nd Youth Action Group people were there.
July 22nd la funding ke kafo molu bije.
Proceed.
So some of the soldiers were there because we were given the impression Jammeh was coming there, so there was an advance team. So I can't name who and who.
Between Yanine Intelinga Sobita Nanine Miranunko, Jammeh from Binala le Purka Kafui Magia, Betum Aninso Animul Bari Malon Juman Juma.
So while we were there, these people start drumming. And they have mirrors with them.
Was that authorized by Jammeh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, yes.
Was authorized by Jammeh?
100%, yes.
Proceed.
So, out of curiosity, the villagers start coming out. Because already there was a message saying that these people Jammeh was coming to the village. Because what more Kibaro Kilo coming to Jammeh from Canale.
Yeah, okay.
Myself, I was in the belief that he was coming, but he didn't come.
Because Sibo Telepaco at the phone Yantanala Baramanna.
Mansibo, and never Namero Canal because Inamero Nabina because of our canal.
Okay, I quit from Latalaco Abinala, but at the phone Manana.
So some people were apprehended that they said they are witches and wizards.
Between Atamodo Lumuta, many alonko ye Tumiko Bualemuiti Musol Ninkeulu.
And they took them to the reservoir in Kanilai.
And in a test somebody Kirato Kanilar reservoir moon, Geolek Bo reservoir to Jevan Fumanem.
Ha, Geolebeda, Altadum Dami.
Yo, G Dinkira Lebije, yes, somebody.
Yes, so even my father's best friend wife was also his elate, but the wife was also picked up.
Hanim Fama Terima Alamuso Uyo Fama Mutale Kasamba.
And while this picking up was going on, the soldiers were providing protection.
Yes, to the Fulanis, yes.
Proceed, please.
So they were all they took all of them to the reservoir. So here is what happened. Even, you know, some of us were even being asked to drink. Like I personally did drink it. Yeah, but I did have some stomach issues, to be honest. So when this thing happened,
were you forced to drink?
I drank it personally. I wasn't forced because, you know what I mean. But I drank it to see how it looks like.
But those who were apprehended,
yes,
did they have to drink, or it was by choice?
Well, the moment they were being picked up, they have no choice.
All right.
But what I do know, in fact, even at the building, Jammeh did ask some of the ladies or the staff, all of them to come and take shower and then drink the concoction.
Yo biru be keka ngotumo fon hani do kulalu dolu fon lu meni alon ko beje Jammeh ye commande le pour dolu fon le na ye ni mboro min.
And for the first day those who were taken to the reservoir, what was the effect of this concoction on them?
Yes, I'm coming. When they were taken and they drank this, I can see some of them lying down on the floor on different places. And they were not saying anything that makes sense to me, to be honest, at first. So Jammeh asked for them to be interviewed. Wale yemel mindi ni dimel yemel for the wale. So I you know, to be honest here, at first I didn't believe it. But then there was this lady who came out and a man who said they were responsible for the death of Solomon Jammeh, the late Solomon Jammeh. They said that's why Solomon died in that state of how he died, because they in fact his body was like you know when in Africa they say when a spider, is it a spider, like someone they pour hot water on. Amunta Solomon banta abalajato keta nyame nyama ya foko ha itele bulo ba kono amunta nin talin jalo ya ala jiobo mo balo kang amari balajato katinya nyamin bitu amunta Solomon balaw keta wala nyama. Yes, a lady and a man did confess they did that. Musukiling aninke kilimbije iko itele yoke. At first I was ready to tell Jammeh that, but Solomon make sure that Jammeh knew about that. Because this was coming to be something that, you know what I mean, I knew it was Jammeh was going to react.
Would you allow for the interpretation, please?
Yeah, because yes, because I knew because Solomon was very close to him, and then I knew he was going to react.
Proceed.
So when they finished confessing, and then there was also another lady that came and said, he said there was this man in France, and Jammeh said yes, he do know him. In fact, he was talking with the lady was talking with Jammeh. The lady said the men have tried everything possible. He said, in fact, the mother of the lady joined them to eat one of their relatives, and when it's time for them to eat her son, she didn't want it to happen.
Yo woto amunta ilafta kule kala nyi muso dingula numbang.
hani yalo ko muso nyim bama ab kewo nyim bama mu quality so yetol ba dingo domole sa yetol la ton nem fana pour ka la dingo domo bala taman som
aha okay
proceed
so he said they did because they said the man was spiritually gifted, but then Yajame I can feel he started getting angry. He said to me, Saihou, I know the guy.
Biriya mari la kumofo bitu tumolem amari nyin komole mem fana kumo soto bari birin ya la kumofo an fo ameta dron Yajame utumolang adamu tata purka kamfa.
So the lady said they use their pubic hair as a net.
Eko musonyin ko aya adumatiwo ayoleta purka dada ko Jallow.
And they got the guy and then killed him around a castle farm somewhere in either in Nyefi or in Kanilai.
Bitung biri bulo lata mari kang iko tumole ya samba dinkirato dame ya lonko jemu ninsi la pedulality ya fajele.
Castle farm.
No, castle kuro. So, and then this made Yajame very, very angry. He said to me, Saihou, you see, this is why phone we cannot develop. Anybody who have the powers or knowledge you want to develop here, they make sure they get rid of you. He just said to me now, before I start developing phone, I have to make sure I clean phone. There is going to be general cleaning in phone. So after when those people were released, me being a fuller and some of them are jollers, we have this jovial relationship. What I did was to buy kola nut. And I went to them and pleaded and said, I'm very sorry, this is never my intention and I don't want to be part of this. And I said to them, I was acting on orders. I said, but inshallah, I will never be part of it and I can help anybody that I can help.
And to who did you take?
Because even a lady that I'm saying is my father's best friend wife passed away there. She passed away the following day.
Okay. Hold on. To who did you take these kola nuts?
To the elders before we even released them. They were there at the reservoir. Because I felt it wasn't. I feel it's wrong. It's wrong. In fact, I will come to that part.
Okay. What about it was wrong?
Well, people drank this thing, even if they are fine.
You should allow the interpretation.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes. What about it was wrong?
Sir, you know, I did even told Jami, I said witchcrafting have been there since the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Say I can sorry,
witchcrafting have been there since the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad.
Kabirin na jonyi matilo Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Buaya bekerinde nun kabiri otumo.
I said to him, fighting this wouldn't stop it. He can't do anything about this.
But what about
so why do I did that? Because I saw elderly people lying down, vomiting, saying things that, you know what I mean, I don't even want to know it.
Tell us what about the process you disagreed with? What did you find repulsive about it?
Some of them, their children are my schoolmates because I know Kanilai very well. And some of them, I've had a very good relationship with them when I was in Kanilai. So seeing someone in that state of, in that condition, I feel is absolutely wrong.
Dingol ni munteri malentel ni tara nyola karam moro so wodali lo kan nata naje ko kule me alon ko amanki nyang amanyang.
You see, Mr. Jallow, we were not there. We want you to tell us exactly what happened there. What was it you saw that you found repulsive?
People were lying down in old area, you know, like when chickens come out from, you know what I mean, looking for sun.
Allow for the interpretation.
You know, like,
go ahead now.
Seeing women lying down, anytime they stand, they fall down, and their clothes falling down. And these people are old enough to be my father and grandmothers. I couldn't stand it.
Some of them.
I am being brought up in a society whereby you cannot even
some of them
see your parents naked or parents naked.
So some of them got naked.
Dol bijele ya bije bal ila fengol be urante bala ikense male be lori.
Correct?
At keta wala nya.
Yes.
Some of them were visibly drunk.
Ifang ikadol fango je nyala ko nyinul be dame be sira rende. Wala keta.
Yes.
They did not have the liberty to leave.
Me fan soto kapro katara ke fan soto
kabo dingirato
kabo okay kabo dingirato.
It looks like the frame is frozen.
Sedo,
are you there, Mr. Witness?
I can hear you now. Yes, I can hear you.
Ako ime fan soto puru ise say no ya.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
They were being physically malhandled by Tambajiro and his fellow witch hunters.
No. Tambajiro came here 1 or 2 years before these Fulani people. It was first conducted by Tambajiro.
But later by another group.
But after
yes, it was 2 groups. This is what people misunderstood. I had so many stories, but they don't understand. I was never part of it, Tambajiro, because he speaks Jola.
Okay. But the women and the elderly men who were there were being physically malhandled by these witch hunters.
But minu benunge molie gele nyim molie imate kanyame manyam yalon kam hani nyinya.
No, I wouldn't say physically mishandled. All what I do is they were given concussion and they drink. There was no beating, there was no other physical punishment. No.
Ndafala ko ye murani nyala me yalon kam manera e men dila wala nyinte ko ye yin borol dila ya min biri boro nyim min rong sirata be la bankor.
And they had no choice, they had to drink it.
They had no choice, no.
Huh?
They have no choice.
Some of them were detained there.
From Kanilai, those in Kanilai, I have to speak of what I knew. Some of them were detained until when the thing is from the concussion, like being dizzy and all those of it, they are free of it. That's the time they let them go. They ask them to go and shower again and then allow them to go home.
Kapokanilai, dol nyin kabri ye mutaje ye kabri ye boro nyim ye mutaje la fo kabri siro nyim gotela inata na yebula yete ku biri ye ku yebula seita.
Why did they need to shower?
They say that's cleansing up, like you know when your powers are being taken off from you, they shower you to cleanse you up.
But some of these victims dirtied themselves.
Council, yes, but you know, let me tell you one thing. As soon as I see this thing going on, I made it even clear, and we come to that point, because I even had a confrontation with Solo. I said, I did not join the army to be a witch hunter or whatever. I joined the army to serve my people. When I saw certain things, like I said, That made me go and buy cola nut and apologize to the people that were there. I said, I don't want to be part of it. I am being asked to be it, but I'm not going to do it.
Then solo bonya fa nyo saba ko do man so dañu tem ko en ko den man du sojari ala pour kana bua kantola bua de mala kantola den jo en kafre sojari ala pour kana banko le tanka.
Some of these people were defecating on themselves.
Yes, there is some that did that. Obviously, yes.
Some were urinating on themselves.
Obviously, yes. Very inhuman.
Well, that was the word I was going to use. They were treated in a very inhumane manner.
Yes, that was very bad.
Their treatment was degrading.
Obviously, yes. It's not good.
Did Jammeh see this reaction?
There was, yes, somebody was videoing, and then said when he didn't see the people in that situation, but when they are confessing, yes, he did show that.
Video
But he was present.
No, he wasn't. He was in his house.
But from what you have said, it looks like at certain points he was present.
No, he was meant to come to Kanilai, but he didn't come.
But
that was like a cover-up
to
allow people to come.
Yes, but if he must have been present in some sessions.
Jammeh had never attended sessions. What I do know is because one time he drove at the reservoir while the Fulanis were there, but then these people were not made to drink because, you know, he didn't want to appear in front of them, to be honest. So he wasn't.
But you told us that this woman confessed in presence of Jammeh.
No, when she was confessing, because she started saying the solo call. It was not, oh, sorry, it was not in front of Jammeh, it's through telephone conversation. As soon as he started talking, Solo put the phone onto Jammeh so that Jammeh will hear what the lady is saying. And I was there as well, because I was the one interpreting.
It's quite obvious Jammeh knew what was happening.
Obviously, yes. There's no doubt about that.
He knew that these people were being made to drink this concoction.
Yes, because that's what they Fulani told him, if they drink, they will speak, yes.
And he knew the impact or the effect of this concoction on these people.
Council, we were all made to understand at first that it's just going to let them talk. And then once that lady started saying about Solomon and others, it made us all believe, oh, on the whole, this is true.
Were video records being kept?
Yes.
And these videos were sent to Jammeh to watch?
No video.
Yes.
So obviously he knew what was the impact of these concoctions on the victims.
Yes.
So in effect he knew, he saw things that made you feel that what was going on was degrading and inhumane.
No. No, you know, Council, you have to allow me. You see,
Mr. Witness, you playing.
No. I'm telling you, you didn't allow me to talk. Well, allow me to come and explain.
Just hold a second.
All right.
You playing this game, you see.
I am not playing games. I want to be honest to Gambian people, not only you. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm here to tell the truth.
You playing this game whereby whenever it is there is evidence to blame Jammeh, you try to dodge away from it.
You don't
just hear
listen.
You agreed that video recording was kept.
Yes.
And it was given to Jammeh.
Yes, allow me to explain how the videos were taken.
And he was
allow me to
and then you want to tell us now that Jammeh did not see the things that made you feel that what was going on was inhumane? You want us to believe that?
Yes.
You want us to believe that when he watched the
videos? Yes.
Okay.
And ask me how.
How?
When these people drink this, whatever behavior they are doing, when they are doing all lying down everywhere, at that time there was no video. No video record is being taken. The only time there have been video is when they start confessing. Because after,
Mr.
Witness,
when they confess, they would have been at the height of their drunkenness.
Yes, but where they I said,
answer the question.
Yes.
When they confessed, they would have been at the height of their drunkenness.
Yes. Yes.
So when they lose their clothing, that would not show on the video?
Exactly, yes, it wouldn't.
It would not?
No, they are not brought up at that stage. They are brought up at a time when they are fully dressed and everything like how you and I, and they start talking. But still, they may not be with their senses. This is what I'm trying to tell you, and you don't want to accept it.
You want to tell us that it is only after they confessed that they would lose their clothing, that is the time they
No,
would
Mr. Fall.
the time they would urinate on
This council, with due respect, sir, I did not say that. What I'm saying here is, you see, when they are giving this thing, they are allowed to go and sit under the sun. So when they are being called to testify, to confess one by one, whatever happened to them there is no video of taking it. It is just there. So when they come to confess, that's the time the video camera will come and video them, and Jammeh will hear what they are saying, and it's been sent to him. That's what I'm trying to tell you here.
Mr. Witness, you know what you are trying to avoid?
Sir, let me tell you one thing. If you deny me, I will give you names, find out from them.
You have to listen to the question before you answer.
Yes.
You are trying to avoid saying that Yaya Jammeh saw them in that terrible state.
He never. I'm trying to tell you what happened. Accept what I said. There are go over around all the United Second Youth Action Group. They will tell you the same.
You went with them all over the country?
No, it's all over the country. I will explain as well as time goes on.
Okay. Mr. Jallow, so you want to tell us that they confessed only at the points when they have their clothes all intact?
You see, you are missing the point. You are missing the point here, and you will keep missing the point as long as you don't listen to me.
No, because you also don't allow us to translate, to interpret. This is the problem.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, may I approach, please? May I come over for a consultation?
I want you actually, if you didn't ask, I was going to call you to come.
Thank you. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
You read my mind. Thank you. Council just showed me 5 major items that would need to be covered with this witness.
Council ye ku lulu mi alon ko ku meta bank mi alon ko nyantal fanan kiskis la.
It's absolutely clear that we wouldn't be able to do that even if we went until 10 o'clock tonight. Therefore, we should meet exceptionally tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. We would go through these items with the witness. I hope the witness would be available tomorrow.
Sure, I am here, sir.
If you are completely exhausted, that would help us also.
I wish we could continue. I have enough time. I have to take a few days off just to come for this, please.
Thank you. Notwithstanding the announcement and the preparations that we've made today, we apologize somewhat profusely to those whom we had indicated that we would be having our last public hearing session this afternoon, and then follow with closure.
Wokono nga kibaru mindinu ko bile nyanta kala na lulabangote na fenko la moiro ti public hearing ambe hako boyla le ken moli ka tandila ko amma banno ngame sama ba continuer.
So we'll meet tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock sharp.
Ay sama so mandan si benja talanta.
We'll go through the 5-6 items that council
indicated.
And we'll follow that with the closing session. Yeah. Fine. Thank you all very much indeed. And again, my apologies to those who came in here on the basis of our announcement that we were closing today. So we'll meet again tomorrow morning, sharp 10 o'clock, as I said. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you all.